Big ups, everybody. How's it going, man? Welcome to Awesome Talk Season 8, Episode 10 on August 1st, 2017. We were supposed to be here last week, but some shit went down, and, so now we're here.
So he was out of town.
Yeah, right.
I actually wanted to talk to you about something.
Okay.
You said, like, okay, text me, okay, we're going to be, delaying the show for a week.
Right.
And I said, okay, that's fine.
Sure.
What the fuck do you expect me to say? No, fuck you, we're doing it?
We are coming over still.
Look, man, I mean...
You don't have to be there.
All jokes aside, I have... respect for everybody on the show. And
That's a lie.
He didn't say it was equal across the board.
I didn't say it was equal.
Oh, that was painful.
But when shit starts to go south, and I have to start thinking about maybe this season there hasn't been a whole lot of it, but when I have to think about giving it a new date, I just want to make sure when I talk to everybody, look, I'm going to push this to next week. I'm not gonna fuck you up by doing that because I'd rather everybody be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I hate when people aren't here, man. You know what I mean? Like this bar functions because of the people that are at it, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has a kind of a role they play, I guess, personality wise. So I'd rather try to get as many people here once as I can, and
obviously.
Of course, yeah.
So that's why I do that.
No, but okay, I was just
also because you can't do shit about it, bitch. That's why.
Exactly.
Shut the studio down.
You know what? I'm coming down there right now.
Unless y'all can get me Cambodian breast milk.
Yeah. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Breast milk, you make my day.
No. Oh, dude, I love the look on his face. It's like, yo, man, that's straight Cambodian.
Straight Cambodian.
Straight Cambodian.
Straight Cambodian.
Well,
I'm opening up the studio.
Okay, so now we're gonna do it around the bar to get going. We're already going, but big ups, yo, and I am your host, Rick.
Sir?
Ryan.
Dan, hello.
Jared.
Matt Clahosi, welcome. All right, well, so welcome to the bar. So, Jared, I wanted to go back to something you were talking about earlier. Actually, before the show started, there were all kinds of great stuff that we all started talking about, and I cock-blocked everybody from talking about it.
Which always fucking happens.
It always happens because it's just better to just sit in silence around the bar, harness your chi. All right, so
I have a really hard time with that.
I know you do. Sorry, I know you do. But I'm asking you to try a little harder.
I'm trying. This is
You're doing a good
max
job.
effort,
You're
bro.
doing a good job.
It's only going to deteriorate from here.
Your khaki shorts, I think, make you.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
I look like an off-duty cop, man.
Holy shit, you do!
Look at my fucking comb and shit.
Yeah, right.
You know how fast you were going back there, boy?
He looks like an off-duty cop.
Yeah, that's right. I've been to Aruba. What of it? I actually haven't been to Aruba. I just wear this shirt so people think I have.
That's cool. I used to carry a picture of...
I think that's an important part of being alive. It's just, I think people think you've
Think
been
so,
there.
right?
Dude, that you've never been, But it's just, hey, fuck, what do you know?
No.
You don't fucking know
Hey,
me.
you didn't even ask me about it.
Yeah, I could have been to
Back-
Aruba.
Back
Fuck
in
you
the
know.
day, they had all those Hard Rock Cafe shirts. It's like,
Yeah.
Hard Rock
Bitch, you never been to Hard Rock.
Right.
Hard Rock Cafe in Tokyo.
Yeah, right. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you flew to
Oh,
fucking
so-
Tokyo
yeah,
to go to
right.
Hard Rock, huh?
So you went to Tokyo?
You don't have a refrigerator that works, and you flew to Tokyo to go to Hard Rock Cafe.
You're out of line. This whole damn court's out of line.
I paid $56 for steak. Or whatever.
Let's just see one of Prince's drumsticks.
What is that? Remember How I Met Your Mother? What was that? Have you ever had Kobe lobster?
Oh, yeah,
It's lobster that's been fed nothing but Kobe beef.
So before the show started, you started talking about how you went back to the nod.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to know what you meant by that. I wanted to dig into that a little bit.
I'm really re-embracing the nod. Okay, the nod is
By the way,
I was immediately reminded of something he said to me the other night because it's so similar to what he's saying now. So
what something I said, or
yes.
what did I say?
We'll get to it.
Okay. So we'll come back. All right.
But I acknowledge your existence, but I don't want to fucking talk to you.
And I think that's okay.
Oh no, it's
I'm
fantastic.
just gonna
Oh, yeah, the
all
nod.
right.
Yes, we were talking about that.
I want to tell you what fills me with great relief. When I'm in public and I see somebody I haven't talked to in years,
And they don't
and they
say
see
a
me
word.
in public,
Nothing makes me happier.
I love it when they do exactly what I do, which is and just turn and walk away. But there's something that is also permissible. Hey, how's it going? All right, man, good to see you.
Right, yeah, that's what I've been
Just-
learning.
I like
Okay.
my
See
move.
Glad you're still alive.
We
See
don't
you later.
want just hey, hit me up on Facebook if you want.
Right.
And then that way, if we really need to talk or want to talk, we will. But maybe right here in this you and me run each other in a supermarket, and it's not that it's weird. It's that you and I are both doing something that we really don't want to be doing in the first
It's
place.
like, I'll talk to him. I will talk to him
Like-
about everything we need to speak about in the designated hours that we.
Well, I think
associate with each
everyone
other.
runs into him in the supermarket. At
Yeah,
least
I'm
36
always
times
there.
in your life.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
But my move is just I lock fucking eye contact with you and I subliminally say I fucking dare you to remember me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's just like I want it. Come on, start up a
Because if
conversation.
you ask me how I'm doing, I'm gonna give you.
I'm gonna give you everything.
That's another bad thing I do.
There have been times that I've been recognized to be like, you Jared, right? No.
No.
And if you don't remember me, I'll hate you forever.
No. be like, really? Because you look just like him. No, I get that a lot. There's like a bunch of people like around here that look like me.
Well, your impersonation is spot on.
This
Yeah.
guy
You'd
Jared.
be like,
looks
okay,
just
well,
like me.
bye.
Yeah, but you have to make up like a dope alternate name.
I
It
want
should
you
be like something like
I want you to
like
shit out
similar
like
to
a
Jared.
DMV
Like
shirt.
I spell mine with
My
an
name's
O
J.
instead of an
Cool.
E.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah.
No, I'm
Cool.
Jared. No, I'm not Jared. I'm Jared.
I'm not Jared. I'm Gerard.
Gerard.
No, I'm Jared with 2 R's.
Too hard.
Right.
I'm
Jared.
Jared. I'm Jared with 2 D's. The 2 D's is for a double dosing of my pimp hand.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, damn it.
Pimps up, hose down. Dude can't swim. He bound to drizz down.
I'm dizzy.
Pimps in the front, hose in the trunk. They don't get the back seat. All right.
But yeah, so I embrace the nod too. In fact, I nod at people I don't even know. Like if I'm talking
If
and I see
you
somebody,
I think
Eye
that's the more
contact.
common usage of
Yeah,
the
If you
nod.
make eye contact for a little bit
Eye
too long,
contact.
like, okay, I gotta do something
Hey,
now.
because for some reason there's a connection. Maybe not enough for you and I to talk, but maybe
Grab
we're
your balls
maybe
next
we're.
time. Really throw them off.
You know what? That's a little off-putting. That's a little off-putting in this day
But
and
no one
age.
expects it.
I mean,
You just walk up and go, kiss him on the cheek, like, how you doing? Just a little slap on the face, like,
This
how you
conversation
doing?
is actually making me want to go up to random strangers.
Oh, yes,
Anyway,
yes,
I already know
of
that.
course.
Oh, hey, how you been?
Hey,
Hey,
look at this
see
guy.
how kids, like, they've grown so much since the last time I saw them. You know, like, they're like,
right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Dude, that is the shit.
And you know what? People
Wait.
would
And
would
then, like,
automatically
you
just
see
go,
you there,
I know him
walk
from
away,
Facebook.
Like-
And then they're like, I told you I went to school with the Grom.
Wait, we gotta do that.
That
Like a
was-
candid camera and stuff.
No.
But I think
but
you'd
that-
have better luck.
That also sounds very dangerous to do.
It could be.
Everyone just.
Man.
Because what if you actually go up to someone that you actually did go to school with and you should know, but you just don't remember?
You don't remember
And you're
them.
just like, wow, well, that's even better than.
And they're like, how are your sisters doing?
And
you're
I'm like, wait.
how the fuck do you know I have
wait,
sisters?
which sister? I don't have any sisters.
Well,
Because
I have like 100
strangers are unsafe and scary. We make him do it anyway, but he has a bulletproof vest on and like, knee guards and like,
Exactly.
and like elbow pads and shit, and he's
Yeah.
like this. And it's just like, hey.
Hey, what's up? You see the little ones growing up?
Yeah, but you see, if you did that to me, like, that's my thing. That's my thing with the eye contact. I would so vehemently go along with you. I'd be like, they're fucking great, man. Yeah, that's awesome. It's great to see you, too. And I'd walk
Look at them.
around.
They used to be this big. Now they're this big.
Yeah, you know what? Shit, people grow. Things change. Hey, have a great fucking
Dude,
day. You know?
I fucking hate small talk. I cannot
Hate it
stand
too. Hate it too.
I cannot do it. Dude, okay.
Is he getting?
I enjoy some of its
No,
applications.
no, dude, I can't stand it. Wow, how am I gonna?
I don't like small talk with people I don't
like-
like talking to. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Well, there's a lot of people I don't like.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Femur 1 is watching, so what's
Hey,
the
Femur
Oh,
1.
shit, 1.
Sweet.
That's Jeff Litt.
You're gonna be waiting,
But wait,
I guess.
but
Yeah.
But is
Jeff.
the video working?
Yeah, the video's working.
Is it working?
His comment makes
He's
it
just
sound...
being a fucker. That's all.
Are you sure?
Yo, Jeff, I want to hold this up.
Or is
Jared,
it working?
Can you
Check
cut
it
to
out.
my cam? Cut to the rig
What
cam.
the hell's that?
These are the gutter motherfuckers on
yeah.
Facebook who are watching us, man. Check that shit out. Nice. You see that?
Cool.
Nice. Huh?
Oh,
we're cut over to you.
So Jared said, I'm bringing back the nod or
Right.
the way you worded it.
Oh yeah, yes. You said I
And
said
it
something.
reminded me of the planning to say something more. The other night I was in the bedroom and Rick came in so excited.
Oh, wait. Stop.
And he goes, I'm gonna start doing something. I'm gonna start like saying yes before I say yes to something. So like, if someone asks me a question like, did you find your socks? I'm gonna be like, I did. I found my socks.
I did.
I'm
Yes,
gonna be like,
I found my socks.
I'm like, so this is like a thing you're actively planning? Like,
Yes,
you're just
I am gonna
scheduling
do that. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
And then you got like super upset with me for finding it ridiculous. I feel like I'm not explaining it right. It's
No, you've explained it perfectly.
Okay, what situation is a person going to ask you if you brought your socks?
well, that was just my quick example.
Oh, okay.
Because I was trying to.
If I brought my socks,
That was the example I gave. But
That-
like, in any situation
Yeah.
where he has to affirm.
right, exactly. So ask me if I like my beer.
I'm pretty sure you hate your beer.
Do you like your beer?
Yes.
Oh.
I love my beer.
Dude, you didn't even do it. What the fuck was the point of that?
Oh,
How's
dude,
this
you
supposed to
suck.
go?
You
I don't
ruined
You're
it.
remember.
supposed to say yes before even the question comes out.
Oh wait, okay, do it again.
Do you like your beer?
I like my beer. Yes.
This is you're.
Am I still?
How am I getting it right and I'm the one that thought it was retarded?
Because I was wasted. I don't remember what I said. What?
Never
how did I-
mind.
All right, fuck it.
That thing died before it ever got.
I got it. But yeah, dude. Like, yeah, I'll give nods to people in public that I don't know for sure. Again, like you said, if you make eye contact
For a
with
little bit
for
too
just a
long.
second too long.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm in my wheelchair out in public, I'll smile at someone because it makes them feel good about themselves all day.
Oh yeah.
Dude, listen, I don't mean to be
And
an
to you,
asshole,
my
but
child,
it's true.
I give a smile.
I'm sorry, but most people, if they smile,
Shopping for knickknacks and whatnot, and I saw
This
this girl in the
crippled
wheel.
bitch.
I saw this crippled girl in a wheelchair, and I gave her a little smile, and she smiled back. And I think that that's really good. Oh, you smiled at her? Yeah, I just gave her a little smile. She smiled back.
I come running into the house and I head straight for the sink, and I'm like, some crippled girl looked at me. I'm washing my hands.
I don't want to get it on there.
Oh, dude, that just brought up
That's
something.
not true.
Okay, now, okay, you know that like a Siamese twin, but she's like connected at the shoulders
Yes.
Oh yeah,
with like
yeah.
two heads.
It's like the bat,
Right.
like not like so
No,
like
no,
fused,
no.
right?
Oh, dude, it's like head.
Is it?
Head.
No
right.
shit.
Okay, now
They each have their own arm. Is there an arm in the middle?
no arm like they're two arms, two legs.
So they're like they're mirror
fucking
twins,
heads.
but they're just connected. Or
Yeah.
no, or they're one body with
One
two
body,
fucking
two
heads.
heads.
Oh, all
One
right.
body
Yeah.
and two
Like
heads.
I was wondering,
Right.
like connected at the shoulder
Now-
like this,
now-
or just
Right, that's
okay,
right.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
shoulders. Like
They
it's-
did a reality show about them.
This might become a bit crass, but
That
okay.
explains why. I know
Okay,
nothing.
it's gonna get
If-
crass.
Yeah.
Not on this show.
Hey, listen,
If-
buddy.
Yeah. What the fuck am I doing? Like giving like a public service announcement, like watch out, everybody! If you don't like this
Practicing.
language, then
Yeah. To all the Boy Scouts in the
I-
chat room.
Turn it back.
Yeah.
Okay. Should have lost my train
The
of thought.
two-headed girl.
Oh, okay. Now, if fuck you.
Hey, Femur still says
I
waiting
got it.
for home bar.
You got it.
There we go. All right, cool. Welcome in, buddy.
What's up? What's up? Hey, what's going on, Jeff?
Did he get it?
Got her for life.
All right, he says, aha.
He says
So-
aha, so I
Okay.
started singing aha, and I don't
So-
know what else to do.
Shit.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, because Matt told him to refresh.
Yeah, I told him to refresh.
Oh, I thought it was you.
No.
All right, so
But- okay,
Wait.
right now. Okay, let's say like a guy
Working.
marries one of the girls. Okay.
Mary
He
fucking
better
What
stay
the-
to the left titty.
No, but then like okay,
I got
one night
sidetracked.
the wife is asleep, but the other one's awake, and he's going to town on his wife.
Uh-huh.
But he looks at her, he's like, "I'm fucking you now."
No. Wait, where did this come from? Did you make this up?
No.
Oh, wait, what is this?
Well,
Well,
that.
more of a-
Wait, we're about to get like
How
real
that-
existential in a minute with
How
my
is like,
questions, but
like a what if scenario?
I see. What if? I see.
like they
Who
both
are
feel
you,
everything
man?
in the head.
Who are
They
you?
have to because the chemicals are all shared.
know, right? Like,
So how can one sleep and one not? Aren't there like sleep
some part
hormones?
of the other one would want his dick,
I was just
right. So some part of
and
you
he's
wants the
going
dick.
off that.
But how has the brain? What? All right, another day. Another show.
because
Maybe now is the time. I can't think of a
Maybe
more
now is
scientific breakdown.
because the sister-in-law turns her head.
Yeah, but she's
So
still.
So she
is
is not. So she
involved.
looks away.
But
Yeah.
are not all the endorphins still there,
I
going to
don't
both,
know.
and the serotonins and all?
Right. It's not
And are
like
the
one
chem-
has an orgasm,
Right, I
but
feel
the
like-
other doesn't.
Right, it has to be both.
And is the orgasm twice as
But
strong if they
there-
both go?
but there are-
no, there is no both.
There's no
just
both,
one.
it's just one.
There,
I bet.
No,
What,
so how
if,
can
what if
one
the
actually be
orgasm? What if the
sleeping?
orgasm is never what it's
We
supposed
need-
to be because they share it equally mentally? What if you're giving half an
It's
orgasm
always-
to each brain?
Like
They can never
one side
fully
gets the left
climax.
brain, the other side gets the right brain.
Because they only have one vagina, but two.
What
we'd
if?
be like, I need this so much.
They
I-
split it 50-50
I
and they
wish
can
I
never
had-
really get off. You need a dick the size of my fucking arm. You know, like.
Well, what if?
I like how in the last episode Dan was like, I always try to be a gentleman.
However, this is
I'm
very
surrounded by
intriguing.
people like this.
I mean, you'd have to treat that chick like a pinball game or something. You
I'll
know,
tell you
You'd
what
have to,
sucks.
like, really like, BAM!
I'll tell you what sucks. Here's what sucks. What if the orgasm nerve is only hooked up to one of the brains,
Oh,
and
is that
only
a fucking
one of
shit
them,
life right there?
Maybe that's why
the other one always has to watch your sister come super hard.
Yeah, but
Do-
she could be in charge of the arm that slaps
Maybe
her.
that's what happens.
happens.
But maybe that actually is the reality.
We know which we know.
Because how can one sleep through
God.
it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't sleep
Well,
through
you
it because
can
it's all the
use
undulating.
anything.
It's just a joke.
Well, then we know which. I guess we know which house she's
We're
gonna
really
put the
getting
gun
to the
in.
sides of this.
But it's not a joke because it's real and it's happening right
Listen,
now.
All over the
Jared,
world.
all science started out as a joke.
Oh, okay.
We
Now,
suggested it, so it's real and it's happening right now.
okay. No, but now,
Okay.
do you think that they're walking around having a conversation with each other? Do you need to take a shit? Yeah, I really do.
You mean a conversation
Probably.
with themselves?
Or if, I don't think it's a question though. I
They
think it's just
probably
like
should
I
go
think it's
there.
about time to drop the load. Yeah, I agree with you. No,
you
I think we can hold on a little
I'm not
longer.
going to the library.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
we
gonna buy
could.
books. I'm gonna
Everything is
research
on
now.
the fucking committee.
I'm
I
trying to
feel
clear
like-
you.
I feel like they are a human representation of the universe realizing itself.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Because, you know, you can ask yourself if you have to take
Ew.
Yeah, a
Because
bunch of
maybe you
people
don't
sitting around
know.
trying
Ugh.
to figure out new ways to fuck it. That's the universe realizing itself.
They got one pussy. They feel it. That's a threesome, period.
Nice. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Very good. I like that. That's fucking great.
Harumph.
My man.
Harumph.
Give the governor a harumph.
Question.
That's a what?
They feel it in the form of a question.
They got one
That sounded
pussy.
more of a statement.
Well, the last part's an excited statement because there's an exclamation point. do you see? Do you see? Do you understand? So,
Now that that's over.
All right, let's move along.
okay.
Dan has never been so uncomfortable.
Yeah, well,
What was the other thing
that
we were-
heatered out
Oh,
quickly.
I know what we were talking about the other day. You said something else. You said something else online, and I said we were going to talk about it.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
You said, I believe you worded it something to the effect of,
Oh,
I don't mean any
Nine
disrespect
Inch
here or
Nails.
anything,
Yeah.
but I don't really get why anybody likes 9 Inch Nails. Like, fuck 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, and I was going to
didn't
agree
say-
because I don't think he's a very good
I
singer.
didn't say fuck
and,
not a
Nine
good
Inch
and
Nails.
he's subpar songwriting, but the songs that he does that are good are good.
The thing
I
is
never
that
s-
he is, that, yeah, but the thing that makes him amazing is he's a producer above all
Right.
else.
He gets
And-
it. He gets.
That
talent.
doesn't make him amazing. No, it doesn't. Fuck what?
It absolutely matters.
Just
If you
because he's a
listen-
producer
Okay.
does not make him amazing. No, I'm sorry.
First off, the Downward Spiral
no,
is an amazing album, and
no,
I'll tell you what
stop,
else. If
stop,
you listen to
stop.
Downward Spiral today,
So
it
then-
sounds like it was recorded yesterday, but it
If-
was recorded in 1994.
Yes.
That's
If-
amazing.
If that,
I have that
if that
keyboard.
is
That's a
your
great album.
argument that he's amazing because he's a producer, I'm going to keep laughing.
Yeah, but that's not why he's amazing. It's not. That's not the only part of it. The other part of it is that
I'm
he's-
listening.
He's won Grammys for soundtracks that
So?
people don't even realize are him. He has his hand all over the underground
Again?
hip hop scene, and he's producing there all the fucking time, right?
Grand.
So Here's what I think about 9 Inch Nails. I've been bored by 9 Inch Nails for years.
No shit.
But that doesn't mean that Trent Reznor himself isn't great at what he
I think
does.
Trent Reznor's awesome at what he does. Yeah.
And I also feel to take sort of mediocre talent and turn it into something incredible.
Right.
That's what Madonna did. Madonna can't sing. Madonna can't really dance. But she did.
Madonna actually used to be able to sing. She used to be able to fucking hold
Come
it
on,
down
man.
with like
Madonna-
choirs and
Madonna
shit like
didn't
that.
have
Like,
range or
Dr. Dre
anything.
shouldn't get any credit for anything that he's done production-wise because he's just a producer.
Who?
Whatever. Dr. Dre.
Well.
he does. He
Trent-
gets
Trent
credit. What are you
Reznor-
talking about? They made fucking
You had
headphones with his
Doc-
name on it just to get
Dr.
rich.
Dre's
Like,
the
No, what
Chronic.
I'm saying
The
is
Chronic.
nobody-
yeah, but I mean, dude, the guy gets credit all the time. Dr. Dre,
Oh,
what?
okay.
But how many rhymes? Like Dr. Dre has
No,
contributed
dude,
like 7 or 8 rhymes to hip hop, but
That's not
he's
the point, then.
very
What's the
well
point?
lauded, I
The point
think.
is I'm going that if
No.
Jared's like, well,
I see his
he's
point.
just a
I
producer.
think Jared's
no big
point
deal.
is
So then
simply
it's like-
you can't be great just
I
because
think
you
Jared's-
are something. You have to be a great version of that.
I
thing.
think Jared's
I
point.
agree with that.
I think Jared's point is he doesn't care for
Going
9
back to
Inch
the
Nails.
Dr. Dre thing, this is what I expect.
There
If
you go.
you
That's fine.
bring you back in the producer role, so let's say you're like a phenomenal producer, blah blah. So
Right.
when you release your own record, it better be the most fucking amazing thing in the world, which Dr. Dre has done,
I
which is
think-
why he hasn't released a record since 2000. And Trent Reznor, maybe he's not that great of a producer
He
because
just
he's
released a
not
record.
producing the best stuff for his own self.
I think Trent fits with me with some other bands like that I like that probably a lot of other people don't like. You know what I mean? Because they captured what I think that they attempted to do and they did it really, really well.
Well,
and I give him props for that. Like you know, if you want to take his production credits and everything like that, and like you said, like I've been bored by 9 Inch Nails because I was introduced to it when it was risky and edgy and really
broken,
something.
right?
You know, it was
Closer
fucked up and
and
it was
shit. Yeah, it was
weird
fucked
and it was
up.
fucking
Yeah,
creepy.
but that's what the 90s
But
were.
but
That's
and
how
I
you
mean,
got
but
big, is
I
how
but I
fucked up you could
understand
get,
that he
you know
has
what I mean?
found a way, and you know, like you've been in a band, you and me know what it feels like to find that
You guys
that
are bad.
rhythm that works for you. You know what I mean? Like that rhythm that works for you. The thing that like it's like we have spent so many years trying to do so many things, and we found the shit we like to use as our core.
Yeah.
And we'll go out of that, we'll move around, we'll keep exploring, but we know what sounds good and we know what works for us.
Yeah.
In Trent Reznor's case, it's weirdly programmed drums and
Yeah.
his nasal vocals.
Yeah, right.
And that works
Which
for him.
worked
And
well
he experiments
once upon a
with them,
time.
so I give him credit. I don't like all of his shit, but I give him props for being able to go that
But
long
I will
and,
say, dude,
and
I
do
will
his
say,
own thing.
As
You know?
somebody who was introduced to 9 Inch Nails during the time of Broken and
Yeah.
and Downward Spiral, like I just feel
And
like it's
that's-
disappointment.
and that's the other
But
thing.
you have a point too when you talk about the way. As far as I'm concerned, somewhere between Kurt Cobain, Trent Reznor, and Marilyn Manson,
Marilyn
the
Manson, I
'90s
was
were
thinking
very well
How fucked
represented.
up can you get?
But that's
Yeah.
what the 90s were.
Right, yeah.
Like I feel like
It was
people
about
nowadays,
it was
people
about
nowadays
shoving
are
shit
really
in your face. You know
yeah,
what I
people
mean?
nowadays
Yeah.
are really, really sensitive about shit. They get really irritated about shit that we went through. Like
It's normal.
I always say that parties back then was like it's like living through a war.
Dude,
like if you get out of that fucking war,
You
that was a
remember-
cultural
In
war
19 dude,
that
in
went down.
19
It
fucking
was drink
96.
as much as you can, do as many drugs as possible,
In-
and fuck anything that moves.
in,
Type of mentality.
in 1996, the most anticipated artist of that fucking year, basically, Marilyn Manson's first song on his first gigantic album was "Everybody's Someone Else's Nigger."
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, and you couldn't do that now. You couldn't get away with it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like that's
was
what
a
it was
level
all
of
about.
debauchery.
Yeah, it was all
That
about
was,
just we're gonna say it, we're gonna do it. Fuck you, deal with it.
It
You
was,
know what I
just,
mean?
it was a shock and awe. They never got past the shock.
Yeah, and you
part.
get-
no one could react properly. Everyone was like, "Whoa, this is happening."
But nobody was
But
thinking
it was
about
great.
that
I
one
loved
word.
it.
No, but nobody was thinking about that one word. They were thinking about the sentence because it was
Right.
the truth. You know what I mean? You
Right.
take that one word out of context and it's a gigantic thing. Now you have where we live right, now.
Yeah, and you
but
do
if
the
you
same thing,
listen to
all
that
they see
whole
is the one
sentence
word.
back
But they
there,
don't see the context.
yeah,
It's the
but if
one
you
word.
listen to that whole sentence back
Hold on.
then, that dude was standing up for everybody.
Back
you
then,
know what
back
I mean?
then, we lived in a time. I'm going to pass it to you just real quick. Back then, I think we lived in a time where things like that were said or done, and you had time to sit in a solitary way and process what you heard
Exactly.
or what you thought.
Now it's
Nowadays,
all flash
everything's reaction
intelligence.
immediately.
It's flash
immediate
intelligence.
reaction.
It's
Go ahead.
Clash cuts. you
Matt
know?
Carlos, you're
Alright,
gonna
well, I'm a shade younger than you guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. So
yeah.
I definitely
So
want to hear what
I
you think.
actually like came up as a kid on a lot of like a kid
Right,
on
right.
a lot of this shit, and like people did get upset, but you know who got upset by these
The
artists?
people who
Parents
did.
did.
Yeah.
Parents did.
Your parents did. As kids, we were
But
like,
we're-
this is the
but we're
greatest
just as
shit
fucked
ever.
up as
And I mean, they
Like,
shouldn't
like,
be upset,
like,
but as a
I get-
parent, I understand.
I
You know,
get-
like I tell my son, like, all right, you're not listening to that yet.
Well,
You
like-
know, like I'm not, it's not like I have a problem with it,
Hold on,
but
let him
you're
finish.
too
Let him
young.
finish.
You
Let
know.
him finish. Go.
But like, there was a slew of artists in this time. Like, I actually made a Facebook post about this about a couple of weeks ago. It was that you had everything from Guar
Right.
to.
You're right.
You mean Gigi Allen? You
Yep.
had like.
Who's an
Guar.
overrated piece of shit,
Well,
by the way.
but I agree. But and then
I don't know. I
Manson-
think he's rated pretty accurately. It's
Manson-
just a piece of shit.
I'll get back to it.
Manson, Slipknot. I mean, whether you liked them or you didn't like
Right.
them
And
doesn't
then-
matter. It's that there were bands coming out left. Eminem.
And everything was
ICP,
different. Everything was different. Yeah.
ICP,
Mudvayne.
Eminem, all
Mudvayne.
these Mudvayne,
Yeah. Slipknot.
bands that were coming out and scaring the shit out of
Yeah.
normal people. Now they
And
now,
like- and
now
like,
you
look
come
at,
out
like,
and
what
do
the
what
fuck
they
is
did
going
and
on here?
everybody gets
There are
upset.
two ways to look at
everybody.
There's two ways to looking at the culture at that time. It was either apathetic or rage.
Yep.
And I feel like everybody walked the line of both. I
It
feel
was,
like we
yeah.
all walked that line. It was apathy versus rage.
It was
all
wanting.
the
It was
time.
wanting to lash out, but understanding how futile it was because it was already over.
Fact.
The game has been won, you know?
The tail end of Generation X, which is almost everybody in this room, not you. Actually, all of us fall.
Not you.
We actually,
We fall in the middle where there's a whole generation of itself.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
40
read
or
an
78
article
to
about
82,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
me
And we branched out. We
78,
broke out.
82,
We,
right?
Yeah.
Only one analog and digital where we can do both.
We did
Yep.
both.
We're
Right,
only
exactly,
both.
right?
Yeah, we are the very. Well, you're definitely
the
right,
best.
dude.
We're special and you're not.
like I'm sorry to cut in real quick.
No, go, please.
But they aren't even teaching cursive in school anymore.
Thank God.
No, dude. You know why? Because everything is
documents if you can't read
You're
them.
right.
because everything is on.
Because there's
Like
an
the
agenda for
computer.
fucking everything. It's not like cursive costs money. There's a
Right.
reason
Hey.
why.
No, yeah, right.
Wait. Hold on. Slow down. How do you know? Don't quote me the price on cursive.
Well, technically, though, if it takes a teacher to teach it, it does cost money. It costs man hours.
Yeah, well, they're not
Sort of.
giving the
Depends on how you
teachers.
look
But
at
if they want to economize how a teacher
But
is,
they're
how a
teaching the
resource
class.
is used,
Never mind.
and they want
You know,
them
it
to
is-
focus
when it
on
comes to
Common
education-
Core
when
and
it-
shit like
when it
that
comes to
instead
education,
of teaching them
we're
things.
fucked.
We're in a weird state of flux right now because what's happening is we went through like a decade and a half of god awful, disastrous George Bush policies that really devastated an entire generation's education. Like devastated it. And like you could see it happen in fucking real time. Like you could see a generation of people come in who generally knew how to write a sentence. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They could put something together to a generation who were fucking up their own name. And they all graduated. You know what I mean? So like and like there's a problem with that. So right now what's happening is you have a lot of states and counties and on all these different levels, people are starting to introduce new things. Right. Because there's another thing that's gone on in the last 10 years, which is everyone, especially at a higher education level, too many people have ignored the fact that the world has changed. And we didn't change, a lot of people didn't change with it. They get, all they do is bitch about the fact that it's not the old way, or it's not this way, or it's not that way, which is fine. It's okay to hold on to the old ways and embrace what they have in terms of what intellect they can bring forward, but you also have to fucking completely recognize that the world is different, that people's attention spans are different, and they should be different.
Well,
Things are different.
That's what I was
You
going to
see
say when you
firsthand every
started that. That's what I was going to say when you started that. What, like, the reason, like, I feel bad for teachers, especially good ones, because I know a bunch of people who teach, and I know that they have all the best intentions, and I know that particular industry has a tendency to grind them to nothing, to where they don't care anymore.
Okay.
But my problem is like when people sit there gutting the education system and they're firing teachers, I think back to the education system of old, and I go, fucking good. It's a piece of shit. It's a steaming hunk of
But
lies
not
and
because of the
garbage.
teachers.
There's math and
No,
there's
no.
it's good to
But
know to
it's
write
not
cursive and
because of the
I know it's
teachers.
not, but that's what I'm
The way
saying.
I
Like
see
maybe
it, the way I-
the burning inferno that's happening now will lead to a rebirth. You know what I mean? Like hopefully,
Hold on.
hopefully some teachers will
wanna
step up
revisit-
and fucking take
I wanna
control
revisit
back.
that
You know
idea,
what I
but go
mean?
ahead.
Like because
No.
it was a piece
Like-
of shit back in the day
Like
too.
what I think is like, okay, don't give me a spoon and send me into the woods to cut down a tree. If you don't give me what I need to do the job properly, then don't ask me to fucking
Yeah.
Trent is New Kids on the Block in black clothes.
Yeah.
Dude, I like this fucking guy.
Yeah, dude. Jeff fucking rules.
Hey, what's up, Greg?
Gabby Tom, what's up, brother?
Kids on the Block in black clothes. That's fucking funny. That's really fucking
Dude,
funny.
I feel like a lot of the, I feel like any of them.
I like Trent. I mean, like, I don't, you know, I mean, I like the dark, creepy shit. Fragile.
Okay, everything after
Oh,
that,
Fragile was good.
very different.
Yeah,
Fragile's a
Their
masterpiece.
live
There
shows
have been
are
great
good.
songs, and
I
yeah,
saw
their
them
live
2 times.
performance is awesome, dude.
Live before the.
Their live performance is fantastic.
Yeah.
I saw him put down Spiral.
The
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
I just did.
God.
I went into the studio 2 weeks ago with a friend. It's like a kind of like a hip hop R&B project, and it was the day after a chemtrail show, so I had no gear, and like I didn't have any apps on my phone, even just generate a beat, and we have the keyboard in our possession that Trent wrote the whole
Repurpose
downward spiral
this.
with.
A gift for
I
you.
was like, all right, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna use this keyboard. I plugged it in, and I'm just like, how does this even work? I couldn't even use it because it's so old. It's from 1994, 95 or whatever, and I just
Right.
couldn't even function it. And we didn't do anything.
What are these
Right.
buttons?
So the fact that he was able to, because I'm like trying to navigate, and I'm like if you give me the most advanced one now that costs like $5,000, I'm like,
You know what's funny?
but
You
like,
put it down and you take out your phone and you're like, ugh. I can't find the app for this. What is this?
So I was very sure-
A Yamaha.
I just picked up the keyboard and I put it back on the wall, and then I went to the store and bought a $50 drum machine. I'm on my way. I just couldn't figure out that keyboard for me. It was just too.
I gotta say, man, in terms of music, I love where things are at right now.
Oh, it's great.
It's
well,
great.
because you can do anything now. Like you can be in a band and be like, I want to sound like a '60s, like actual, like a recording
And
from the '60s,
do
and,
it.
and do it. I want to sound like a '90s grunge band and do it. You can literally sound any way you want.
Yeah, I love it.
It's really cool.
And I love that. Like I said, people complain about a lot of shit. I think it's amazing that the younger generation has so much at their fingertips to make.
I hope they use
art
it.
and make music.
Oh, dude,
And
they
are
are very
using
good
it.
at it.
They
They're
are
very,
using
very
it.
good at it.
They
too.
are good at it, and I think that I'm so excited.
If
to
you
see
want
the
to
type of
put,
thing that
if you
happens,
want to put
man.
into terms how long it took us to really grasp the ability to execute and record, I mean, even just to play our instruments, but execute. Like these kids grew up with Guitar Hero video games and everything. Like this is it's just level 1 to them. You know, like
Right.
all of them just
I
jump.
agree.
My son jumps
I totally
right
agree.
onto anything and makes me like I'll play a fucking video game and beat it. And he's just like, wow, Dad, that's so cool. And for about 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking man.
But-
and then I give him the controller, and he beats it in a third of the time.
On the flip
And
side,
I'm just sitting there, and he's like, yeah, I just watched you, and I figured out all the things you
Yeah,
did
right.
wrong, and now I'm doing this. And I'm just like,
no.
shit,
People-
I suck. You know, like-
Go ahead.
No, he cheated. Is what he
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yes, he most
I'm just
certainly
not
did.
really all
Yes,
that
he most
good.
certainly did. He watched everything you
Well, he
did.
watched what I did, but he
And
improved
goes-
on it.
and he
He
goes,
improved on it, though.
Right,
Yeah.
because, like, okay, Dad fucked up at this jump.
Yeah.
And then he didn't slide when he was supposed to
But
over
I mean,
here.
the talent,
and Dad fucked
the
up
ability
again.
that it takes to remember that, and I mean, like I've seen so
Yeah, you're
many
right.
little kids who can do that because of how fast-paced everything is
I-
and how much technology they're
And as far
exposed
as,
to.
like,
They
media,
move so
yeah.
much quicker than we did.
There
They move
seems to be-
so much quicker.
There seems to be such
And that's also a bad thing now at times. You know what I mean? When
I
you wish
don't-
you could talk to them, they're already
Well,
on to
there's
them.
somewhere else,
They
yeah.
don't
Well,
listen. They
that's
don't
a little
want. Yeah,
problematic.
yeah.
Say,
It's
I
not
don't-
always good.
I think it's okay to be high energy. I think it's okay to be somewhat all over the place, but you have to have that sort of. You have to have that other skill where you can go.
Well, you can slow down. Yes, that's what
okay,
I try
we
to
can
teach
talk
my
right now,
son.
You know what I
He's
mean? And I think
Oh,
the
it's
human generation that comes up being able to do both things at will are the ones that are going to win the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Of whatever winning.
That's
is.
why I like to embrace it. I like to give my kid. I love letting him play video games. But I make him read books too. You know what I mean? It's
Let
like.
him watch Deadpool.
Yeah, and I can't. No, not yet.
Yes,
no.
you can.
There is, no, not
Yes,
yet.
you
Not
can.
Deadpool. No, he's not there
This
yet.
is America.
It's not there yet. No.
Dude, okay.
Not quite.
the-
Not Deadpool
the
level.
movie
Hey, look, I let
Predator
him watch a lot of
came out
shit, but
what?
I'm just not a Deadpool yet.
1986.
Wait, what?
The movie Predator came
Yeah.
out 1986.
Something like that.
When I was a kid, that was my favorite movie, and I watched it when I was 5.
Yeah, I hear that. And look how
I'm sure it had no damage on you
look
whatsoever.
how great we all turned out.
Look at the well-rounded, adjusted individual that.
I know. I am.
Okay.
I am. Things to do. Burn all copies of Predator in my house.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's a great fucking movie.
You're gonna burn all my VHSs.
I still have VHS. VHS.
I do too.
But my
I don't
father
have a VHS
would,
player.
I do.
my father would always have like a lesson to like impart.
Your
Well,
dad would?
Yeah.
So like you watch The Predator and you'd be
Oh
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
son, I want to talk to you
No.
about this
You
Predator.
know,
No,
listen,
no,
son.
no,
Germans kill kill aliens. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Just
it.
big
No.
Germans. That's
But-
what you need. You need to find
No,
you a
like,
big German.
Austrian.
Like while
Austrian,
while
yes,
watching,
thank
he
you.
always like says like something like like a safety tip.
All right.
Because
Cover yourself in mud at all times in
No,
case of
no,
alien invasion.
like, I was like 5 or 6. And
Okay.
like, oh, okay, we're watching Die Hard, and he says, "Son, now that's why you have to be careful around stairs."
Son, never take your shoes off in an office building.
Yeah, right.
No, but remember the scene? The guy goes down the flight of stairs,
Yeah.
and gets
Oh
his
my
head
God.
broken,
Yeah, right.
and,
I love this.
he goes, "Jared, that's why you have to be careful around stairs." And then and let's keep on with
Because
the
you can get shot at.
My dad was just impressed at how quickly I learned every word to Die Hard. Like I even knew the German and like I didn't even know what it meant. I'm just like,
Hey, Margaret, he said fuck!
no, he wouldn't do that. He thought it was-
Weiter.
like my mom would get mad that he would let me watch certain things.
Oh,
And
my
I'm like,
wife gets mad at the Monty Python thing every now and again. And she gets really, I let me and Gage have an agreement. If he's, like, during the school year and shit, if he's really, really well behaved
Right.
and he takes the homework, Saturday and Sunday, when Aaron and Odin are in bed, we put on Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. He sings all the songs. He curses his fucking face off. He gets it all out of his system. And I tell him, if your mother ever hears you say that, not only is she gonna slap you, but when I get home, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you for
Right.
ruining our fucking thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, when you're 18, you can say whatever the flying fuck you want.
Don't break
But-
the goddamn bro code.
Yes, don't break the bro code. But until then, you do what I tell you. You fucking play the game and follow their fucking bullshit rules Saturday and Sunday. You and me, fishing trips, cursing the fucking shit out
Well,
of
I
everything.
mean,
You know, like,
if you're gonna do anything positive with it, I mean, you're teaching the kid the reality of the fact. that
yeah,
there's
hey,
time and
dude,
place
I'm
for
not.
things.
There's nothing
Right.
wrong with.
Right?
Dude, there are far worse things to protect your children from than foul fucking language. All right, and that's just the bottom goddamn line. You know what I mean? Like. And I just want him to know it's not a big fucking deal, but there's a reason you're not allowed to run around cursing.
Funny
There's a
story.
reason.
Paper towels.
Yeah, you know.
Funny story about foul language. This is like a complete tangent, but it's funny.
Yeah.
I went to Great Adventure yesterday. I never got the phone call.
You didn't go to do the
He
double
I broke his
thing?
computer. He tried to call me 50 times.
Oh,
He said
bummer,
it just
man.
wasn't going out. But I'm on Nitro, and it's me and my friends. And there's a kid next to me. He's like 10 or 11 years old, and I just not leaned. I look at him like, hey, just so you know, like I curse a lot. Right?
What's going on,
And he
fucker?
just goes like this, and just like. He
Okay.
just makes a face and like non-responsive. I'm just like, all right, you're gonna get it.
They were like,
Inside his head, he's like, "Mom."
and they were like, fine, fuck you, millennial.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, fucking millennial.
So just to add a tangent to that story. I have to think.
That's a good tangent. I like cursing at kids, man. It's become my favorite
I
pastime.
might have even said
I got
fucking
two of
lot.
them, man.
I
It's great. I
fucking
curse at them
lot
all the
online.
time.
I have like existential crises on roller coasters. It's really great. So like we'll be going down one of the drops, and I'm like,
Is reality
wait,
real?
that's what I do. I'm like, what is real life right now? I don't even know. And like
This
meanwhile,
can't be
everyone's-
happening.
Everyone's just streaming their normal thing, but I'm like yelling quotes of like
It's like you got like Carl Sagan.
I
Why
think
am
I
I
just
here?
protest too
What
much.
is happening to me? What is the universe doing?
Donnie, shut the fuck up. You're out of your element, dude.
So if you want to have fun, go on roller coasters.
No, what I want is I want video of you on a roller. Like I don't know. I haven't been to Great Adventure in years, but do they do the thing where like you ride a roller coaster?
They take
They
pictures
do,
of you.
uh,
yeah.
No, not the pictures. Video.
They do video now. We
I
were
don't know
Batman.
about
They did
video.
video about it.
Ew.
And I'm just sitting there like,
How much do they charge you for the video?
I didn't even look into
Like
it. I just saw that there was
$50
video.
probably.
Well, I know, like,
Dude,
Great
they
Adventure,
charge you
$40
$20 to get a fucking picture of yourself.
Yeah,
a
right,
video
yeah,
is probably
ridiculous.
like you have to take a mortgage out on it.
But what's really interesting,
I would
and-
love to air it on Awesome Talk. You on a worst roller coaster doing that.
You.
Watching the
Fuck that shit. I have a selfie stick and a fucking and a cell phone. I'll sit right next to
talking
him.
to like the
And
person
just
next to
fucking
it.
hold that
So
shit
what am I
out.
saying?
Do it. I'll
And just
fucking
go
do
through
it.
like fuck a loop.
You, me, Nitro, and a selfie stick.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
what
be
I'm
into it.
talking
Let's
about.
do it.
We'll do this
What's
low
actually-
budget.
There's another tangent.
Okay.
This is
It's
kind of
an
like how
indie film.
my life kind of
Tangent away.
goes. But like,
Tangent.
me and my sisters are really close, and I have 3 of them. And 2 of them, we didn't talk to each other at all. So I went to Great Adventure and got like my adrenaline kick. My other sister went skydiving and got her adrenaline kick. I had no idea that was happening. And then my other sister went on a hike with her friends and found a 40-foot drop into a lake off of a cliff. And she's like so quiet and so like she would never do this. And she jumped off.
Is that
And her
Jolie?
friend- Yeah, Jolie did it.
Oh, no
And I'm
shit.
just
She went cliff diving?
She went cliff diving. I got the video here. I was like, and I'm like watching her almost peril to her death.
That's
like,
one of the
rocks.
things that I would really like. You know me, dude. I'll jump headfirst into most dangerous acts, but cliff diving is one thing. I'd be like at the lake, like
Oh.
looking for rocks and
Rocks,
shit.
Now
Like,
that she did it, I
That's
was
fucking
like, it
that's
was just
so
crazy. I got
dangerous,
home
bro.
from Great Adventure and I was like, how did we all have these crazy adrenaline rushes and not talk about it?
Here's what I worry about: jumping into a lake that I don't know.
I'd
have
be
this
doing
image-
recon.
I
I'd
have
be doing
this
recon.
image of landing and having like the bottom part of my leg break free from everything and smash through the skin and be like this jutted.
Oh, I wouldn't have to
spear
worry
of
about that,
bone.
dude. If you're gonna dive 40 feet, you're going head first, or else you're a bitch.
No.
No,
I'm sorry.
you
Fuck
fucking-
that.
No,
You
no.
put your hands out. You brace for impact.
No,
and
you don't.
Why not? If you're gonna, I want to fucking be known for doing it the right goddamn way.
well,
Hell yeah.
Well, then you
I
do
didn't
what you want
pussy
to
out.
do,
Yeah.
and don't call other
Put,
people's pussies
don't
by
go. I love it. No, but like from 40
40
feet, if
foot
there's
drop
rocks
is
there,
all belly flop.
putting no, but from 40 feet, if there's rocks there, putting your fucking feet down is like that is the biggest lie you ever told yourself. Like that's gonna stop anything from fucking happening to
It's
you.
a
Well,
right?
40 foot, you do the 40
Head
foot
first.
belly flop.
Ryan, I
That's
appreciate
the
what
goal.
you're saying.
I would never do a 40-foot belly flop. I control that shit. I
Oh,
have a very
pussy.
strong back.
Pussy.
I appreciate, dude. If you do a 40-foot belly flop, your fucking
If you
intestines
do
will
a
blow out your
10-foot
asshole.
no.
You just have
No,
this,
if
you have
you-
to strengthen
yeah.
your core.
If you do it,
Yeah, just
That's it.
If you do a 10-foot belly flop, you're a moron.
Hey,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
you're
right.
just a fucking
How-
idiot. Why would
how about
anybody
you
do
start
that?
strengthening
Because at
your
40
core and
feet,
we'll
you're
get
a
this going.
master.
No, you're fucking.
It's like this, man. If
you can
kill,
survive a
you know,
dive, a belly
you kill
flop
one
at 40
person,
feet,
it's murder,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
You kill 1 million people, it's a statistic, right? So you jump, you belly flop 10 feet.
Well,
you're an
that's
idiot.
suicide,
You do it
though.
40 feet. Holy shit,
Dude,
you did it.
You're a king.
If you
Yeah.
did a 40-foot dive, you're a fucking champion.
Yeah.
If you did a 40-foot belly flop, you're a retard. I mean, like, that's it. I'm sorry. It's just,
Yeah.
you were asking for it.
Okay, imagine after the 40-foot belly flop, you come out of it, and there's like this slight tick that just happened right after the 40-foot belly flop, and you're
That
like,
means it's working.
I don't expect to come out of jumping 40 feet from anything.
Yeah, right.
Without a couple of bumps
Without
and bruises.
something going wrong,
Something's
right?
something's gonna happen. Like, you know, earplugs, whatever. Even if I had nose plugs on and goggles, you know,
Dude,
like,
I would love to
I'm still
jump
gonna
out of an
come out of
airplane.
that. Fuck
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I'm all
man.
about it now.
I'm all about
Gotta
it.
say.
I'm ready.
There's something I don't understand though that's been happening to me in the last few years. Okay.
You want to
I
jump out of
have-
an airplane,
this
but
is
you
what it
can't
is.
fucking go on a Ferris wheel.
Right. This is a new problem. Now let's be clear on this. Years ago, I wasn't afraid of heights.
He wants to
now,
jump out of an airplane because he knows there'll be a man clutching him from behind.
Yeah. holding
Great
his
idea.
hand.
making
Squeezing you,
him feel
whispering,
safe.
telling you everything's gonna be okay.
And I'm on the selfie stick going, no.
No. Thank you, Jean-Claude. You're a mastermind. You're wonderful. Oh, I couldn't have done this without you. Do you want to get lunch or something?
Jean-Claude, you're so strong.
Jean-Claude.
Rick turns around the harness and gives him a hug, and just holds on just a little too long.
I grab on with my legs and arms.
The cheeks brush together.
I hold it out like a koala climbing a
And
tree.
they're both captured. They're both captured, free falling from 4,000 feet in one pure moment of sexual tension.
I just want to say I did it. That's all. But the problem is,
Look, if you want to
don't
do
have
it
to
with a guy
skydive to
named
do
John
this,
Claude, you don't
you
have
can-
to jump out of a
You
plane.
can, there are
You can just
websites for
mount
this.
a
There
guy.
are.
on
There are
the ground.
apps.
yeah, there are apps for this.
You don't have to go skydiving.
I don't have
to-
to leave my living room.
Yeah.
I just
You
jump
just
off my
turn your
couch.
fan on and put
Yeah,
on this
right.
awesome video. You'll be fine. It's the
Well,
same
jump
thing.
off my couch.
Wait, you have the
Whatever
I'm sure
happened
those
during
goggles,
skydiving,
Oh,
didn't
fuck
happen
yeah, the
during
fucking
skydiving.
Oculus.
Yeah,
The Rift,
the Oculus
yeah.
can help you
You
with
need
this scenario.
Oculus that shit.
Dope.
Why leave? Why go
So
outside?
what I was saying was that for some reason now I get random fears of heights for no reason. So like it's
Pussy.
stupid. It's completely ridiculous. Like I'll drive over the Raritan Bridge and be fine one day. Go over the next day and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm like, where did this come from? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, I've never fallen a long distance. Like nothing's ever. I've never been in a building that wobbled. Like I don't have any trauma, so I don't understand what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
Like
it's weird.
something in my
Fears are
brain
weird.
circuitry like rewired itself, and I'm like, why is this? Why am I like this? I don't even get it, dude.
That is why
Your
like
mind was
like,
like, he's been having too much goddamn fun.
No,
lately.
Yeah,
But we
stop
need to
that.
get rid of
No,
this
stop. Yeah,
motherfucker.
let's make something
The hell's all
benign,
this shit you
terrifying.
enjoy in life
Because let's
and
be
all
honest,
that.
even if I did crash into the side of the Raritan Bridge, there's so much metal and concrete, I wouldn't go over
ain't
the
going
side.
anywhere,
I'm not
yeah.
going anywhere.
well, no.
If you're driving
that
a fucking,
attitude,
there you go, there you go, buddy.
Wait, let me. I gotta.
If you happen to be driving a semi or something, yeah, you
Oh,
could
yeah,
totally
yeah.
fucking find yourself in
And
the
I'm
bottom.
taking the whole Pork Chop Express.
Oh yeah. You take a few cars out, you know, that'd be great.
That attitude. That's my line.
oh, dude, well,
With that
when they asked, did you pay your dues, Jack? Yes, sir. The check is in the mail.
Hey, cheers, Femur. Absolutely, bro. Cheers.
Oh yeah, I
dude.
wanted to address
Cheers,
the.
that
indeed.
guy
Loving this
rules.
fucking guy.
Yo,
Okay,
man.
now, dude, what is Rain and Blood?
Rain and
Blood,
Slayer.
Slayer, baby.
Oh, okay.
Slayer just did that song the other night on Jimmy
Kimmel.
Fallon.
It was
Jimmy
Fallon.
Kimmel. Was
Yeah.
it
You
Kimmel or
should have
Fallon?
seen the
No, I think it was
comments
Kimmel.
on the thread for the video from like his typical fan base.
What were they like?
They were
Oh, they're
scared.
awesome.
Really? Even in
Oh,
this
yeah.
day and age, they're fucking worried about
Dude,
old
the
Slayer?
fucking dude, do you remember?
They're like-
Remember? Hey, yo, Jon
That
Stewart.
song is 32
Dude,
years old.
Jon Stewart show. The first season of the Jon Stewart show that was on MTV.
When John was the.
Jon Stewart, yes, it was
Okay.
the first thing
Oh, I
Jon
know what you're
Stewart
talking
ever
about. Oh, yeah, I
fucking
remember. Yeah,
did.
you're right, yeah.
The first season, I think it was the third episode in, he had Slayer on, and that was
Yeah.
when people like he
Jon
was
Stewart's
became
dope.
known as like the anti-hero of talk show
He is
hosts.
dope.
Like,
Go ahead.
oh yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, all right. Well, we're talking about Jon Stewart.
We're talking about
Slayer, Red
Slayer.
Blood.
Oh no.
Raining Blood,
It was,
Jimmy
like,
Kimmel.
Soccer moms and old people like just like all
Oh, yeah.
like the
See,
comments
really?
on the
Raining
video.
For Jimmy Kimmel?
No, it was Jimmy Fallon.
Even Jimmy Fallon. I feel
But
like his
still,
fan base is
dude,
younger.
Dude, you have all those flyover states with like the soccer moms and I need to protect my children. Well, perhaps your children shouldn't be up at fucking 11:30 at fucking night.
Right?
Perhaps you shouldn't
Well,
have children.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If you're not
Who
gonna let him watch
wants them?
some fucking
No.
Slayer.
Thank you. Yeah, if you're not gonna give them a
It's
little bit of
music.
rope to work with, yeah.
I hope their children get into Slayer.
Word.
That's how they're gonna cope.
Yeah.
With people
I
like
hope my
unless
children- I
you
hope my children
let
get
your
into
children
Slayer. I just hope
to
not
watch
when they're
Predator
11. That's all.
and,
You know,
and,
like-
Terminator and Die Hard when they originally came out.
Dude, those are my favorite movies growing up. Too,
You fucking
man.
kidding me?
Absolutely, dude. Clicky on that.
Of
shit.
course.
Terminator, Die Hard, and Predator.
I'm not gonna
yeah,
tell
they
you
were
my
all
favorite
good.
movies. We'll save that for another episode.
They were all good. They were all fun, and everybody
Listen.
likes them.
Folks, we have to cut to our first break.
Thank
We're at
Oh,
an hour
bullshit!
already.
I was having
I need a
fun.
Well, we're gonna come back.
Okay.
So what we're gonna see here is we're gonna get an encore performance of Joe Galupo when he was here. for
Nice.
the last
I got
show.
goosebumps watching
So
that
we
again.
got loops.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah. Hold on.
All right, Fever's
Jeff,
going to walk the
wait,
dog.
Jeff,
Sweet.
man, you take it easy. Hope you come back.
Yeah, man. Later
Yeah,
on,
come
brother.
back, Femur. We're taking a 20-minute or so
That's for
break.
you, buddy.
Come on back, bro. Walk that dog. Tell him to fucking shake that leg and get
So-
that shit out and bring it on back.
So we got a performance by Joe Galupo coming up. We got some ice in the face, and we'll be back in about a little over 25 minutes. So turn that shit up. You got music and comedy coming at you, and we will be back, and we'll pick up this conversation.
Cheers.
Well, yeah, this is about no matter how dark you think it is, you still shine a little, and you still got that spark. So, Swayze. There's a darkness on the way, and it's a dark that proves you shine.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, oh, fine. When you're alone, bleeding blood, that's fine. When you're alone, we're all alone sometimes. 'Cause we're all alone. No, we still shine. Darkness on the way, and it's the dark that proves you shine. Loving in your heart, screaming out you're doing fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Woo! Yeah. That was awesome.
Right, man.
That was awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well
Thank you
done,
so
well
much,
done.
Joe. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Well done.
Awesome, man.
It's probably a million times different than every other one I've done of that.
It was
People are probably going,
so
fuck, those
long.
aren't the lyrics, Joe. What the
You're listening to us. Yeah, the bass.
The sensation is probably
Gonna
overriding
overtake?
your
Right. Yeah.
your normal preferences.
I gotta be honest with you. Whether there's a male or female on the other side of the hole is sort of irrelevant to the fact that if I get an image I don't like, then yes, I can just be like wah wah wah. Like if I look up and it's like Steve Buscemi is fucking blowing me, I might go soft instantly and be like, I can't. No.
Like, I love your work, but
Yeah. You were great in the Big Lebowski, but I don't want you to blow me.
not that great.
Like, no offense. You know what I mean? Nothing against you or anything, but this can't continue. Because I can't continue it.
Think of
you
the
know?
story, though. Steve
Right?
Buscemi blew me in a
Dude, I blew a
Getty-
load in
Getty
yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah, I blew a load in Steve Buscemi's mouth in a bathroom in West Virginia.
and it was totally reciprocal. Like,
Yeah.
it was great.
It was completely emotionless.
Yeah.
Just the way both of us
It
would
was
hope it would be.
Yeah.
No one felt anything.
Yeah. We got to be men. We got to not feel anything. Except the sweet sucking of our dicks. So what do you think of this breast implant?
Why was it on the why? Like,
It was just
Was that
found there,
mystery
you know?
ever
I mean,
unraveled? Like,
well-
did the Scooby Gang get on that?
This was in Texas, which I'm not surprised by. An Amarillo, Texas strip club has been exposed after what was described as a breast implant. After what was described,
it could be anything,
it could be anything, but
it looked like a
We're
breast
gonna
implant.
describe it as this.
yeah, was found during a routine health inspection. They received a total of 9 demerits. Strip
Wow.
clubs get demerits.
Demerits.
Like, what are you gonna get
every
expelled?
public place that serves anything to consume gets.
So you got to post a letter on the front door, like,
Yeah,
in New
like-
York, where it's like, oh, it's a C minus because we found a rat.
Yeah, just so you know. One of those demerits was for a breast implant found inside the bar utensil holder.
So that was only one demerit for that.
Who keeps it in the utensil? Hey, anybody
So
lose
wait,
this?
It's in the
what
lost and found.
exactly is the demerit for? Is it because it's unsanitary to have a breast implant and there are a bunch of forks and knives?
Personal items removed immediately from the kitchen. The item is resolved. I don't know what the fuck that means. I have no idea what that means. May said that.
It was like the Terminator, where the liquid just went back to form him. You know, the breast implant just oozed back into her tit.
So the stripper walked in and she just, her eyes started to glow and it crawled across the bar.
Right.
So flopped onto the floor.
It
crawled up her
resolved itself.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is done.
That's exactly what that means.
Really, I mean, if you just turn a blind eye to it, it will just fix itself like most things.
But only one demerit for that. So which means there were 8 other fucked up things in that bar. Worse,
Imagine if they
as
were
bad
all
as that.
implants of some
We
kind.
found,
And
we
honestly,
found 9 implants.
I gotta be
Butt
honest.
cheek implant.
For a strip club, I don't even find this to be that bad. The strip club has also issued demerits for not having a certified food manager, whatever. Dirty liquor bottle nozzles.
Yeah, see, I mean, come on.
Well, there's alcohol going through there.
I
mean,
know,
you
but it's
it's
burning
gross.
it, it's fine.
Dirty
But wait,
beer
but
cooler
dirty
racks.
could mean a lot of things. Like let's.
You're
It's not
totally
we're not
right.
talking about like that bottle doesn't get poured much, so there's some dust settled.
Right,
like
right.
that could mean cat piss, rat shit.
There's
Like
a buildup of human
commie,
fecal
like,
matter.
Yeah, you don't know
Right.
what
Yeah.
that means.
It's been building for years of layers of fecal matter. Like,
Right.
how many men and ladies is this from?
This bar sucks.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It smells like a dead animal on the ends of these alcohol nozzles. They stink.
How much could it cost for those fucking nozzles? They're just little plastic caps.
Yeah,
It's
right.
nothing.
Yeah. Get on it. Replace those fucking things.
That's like an easy demerit to solve.
Well,
Agreed.
they've got a month to fix this.
All right,
so
good.
Let's maybe get over to Amazon and maybe
Buy in
figure out
bulk.
where the fuck this breast implant came from. Anybody? It's like in the lost and found box.
Right.
With
Anybody
like a
missing
sock
this?
and some other weird shit. It's like a stick in there. Like, why would anybody think anybody lost this?
My old Walkman.
Yeah.
Who would even think about the breast implant as a
Yeah.
lost item?
Yeah, right? There's a Bell Biv
It
DeVoe
would
tape
never.
in the Walkman.
I don't think that at any point would I pick it up and be like, "This is a breast implant." Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't even occur to me
Right. I'd be like, "What is this
that a
sack
breast
of jelly?"
implant could just
Right.
be found out in the wild.
Yeah, right.
Like so, I would just assume it was something toy related
Or
or
a silica packet
right.
that went
just
awry.
I feel like I could find almost literally anything else in the world, but never a breast implant.
Yeah, like where do you go to look for one outside of a doctor's office? If you
Yeah.
had to, if you were on a scavenger hunt,
And who picks this
Right.
up and goes, "Hey, I found a breast implant"?
I'm going to put it by the forks.
Yeah. I was like,
later.
"Yo, what's this
I'm
jelly?"
just gonna stick this in a drawer for now. Okay, no one touch it.
Yeah, everybody
mine.
stay away from this. I know who this belongs to. I know who this is. Don't touch it. I gotta wait for it to come back.
Yeah, you got to assume it didn't fall out, right? Because then it would be just covered in.
Maybe she puked it up.
That's.
It didn't take.
Maybe she's
Your
just
body
got
rejected it.
Maybe she's just got a Velcro slot so she can pull out and
Like
put
the
it in
button
different
snap
sizes,
condoms.
like the button snap
Right,
condom.
exactly.
Yeah. Frank, so he's like, "Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that makes sense."
Just gonna open my
makes
chest
sense
cavity
to
real
me.
quick.
Okay, so I found this this headline, and it's I really thought that this was a fake website, but I can't find any indication that it is because the headline was so stupid that like it blew my, and then I realized it was Canadian, and
It's a whole thing.
it's a whole thing.
Canadians are much smarter than we are. Okay.
Here's the headline, and just so you guys know, the article's exactly the same as the headline. Patients whose emergency surgeries are delayed have a higher risk of dying, study says.
Yeah.
You need a study for that, did you? You know, like, oh, it's an emergency. I can't get to it. Oh, your risk of dying went up. Thank God we have the data to prove this. I don't know.
Think of how many people had to die for that data to
Yeah, right.
Somebody's
I'm
be
seeing a trend.
solidified.
There's somebody with a clipboard and bifocals standing by every
The guy
bed. Like,
walks in, he's like bleeding out of
Excuse
everything,
me.
and they're like,
Right,
"Just
yeah.
make him
Yeah.
wait and see what happens."
yeah, what kind of
He's the
emergency are you
test.
having? I'm gonna die, motherfucker. And
when-
like, no doctor comes. They're like, up. It looks like your risk went up because no one took care of
Yeah,
you.
because you were sitting in the waiting room.
Yeah, because no one bandaged up your emergency. Could you imagine that things might be worse for you if no one takes care of your emergency?
Jeez, it's almost like being on Medicaid or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
When I was leaving the emergency room when I bashed my face and all that shit, I was standing in the like hallway right by the way out where the check-in desk is, waiting for him to pull up with the car.
Yeah.
And this woman is sitting in the chair, holding her stomach, and there's blood everywhere. And she's just going, "Someone help me! I'm bleeding! Please
Jesus.
help me!" And like the person behind the desk was so casual and like didn't even give a shit.
Bizarrely casual.
So what they did was walk over and hand the person with her a thing of paperwork to fill out, and then walked back away again. And I'm like, holy
Jesus.
fucking shit, dude!
Yeah.
Like this,
Yeah.
she's gonna die like right in front of me right now.
Yeah, right.
Like taking the paperwork and just like stopping the bleeding with
Right.
it. Like
Jesus.
And to make matters weirder, Sarah's there in like a hospital gown, and
Yeah.
nobody
No,
bothered
I
to grab any
wasn't.
clothes.
I
Like,
wasn't in a hospital gown. It was worse. I was in a nightie
oh yeah,
covered
nightie.
in blood.
That's what it was. She's in a nightie covered in blood.
With no shoes and no, well, I have hospital socks on.
Right, and she's
And I'm
standing there.
standing in the entrance, like not even the hospital proper, like the entrance where normal people still are.
welcome to the hospital.
And I'm like, look, the car's far away. You gotta wait here, and it's freezing outside.
Oh, God.
Like, fuck, dude.
Jesus.
And this woman's screaming and bleeding to death. This is the most chaotic moment in a hospital I've ever been in, which I know is probably pussy compared to what some other people have seen.
Still.
But
when you see people just bleeding in front
Yeah,
of you,
and I'm just like, could someone please help her?
yeah,
And like, there was no sense of urgency at all. And I get that, like, you get jaded because you probably see like 20
Right, yeah,
people a
everyone's
day
bleeding
bleeding.
all night.
Yeah.
But like, it just didn't sound good. It didn't look good. Nothing was right, and no one cared.
yeah,
Well, when I lived in Jersey City, there was a sign. It was like a billboard, and it had a digital clock on it basically, and it would tell you how long the wait was at the emergency room.
Oh yeah, I've seen those before.
What the fuck is that?
I've seen those
like,
in.
oh great, all right, I'll be on my way. It was only a 7-minute wait, so
Yep.
I'm just gonna go right over
I
there.
think I've seen that either in Oklahoma or possibly Colorado.
I got a
before.
pitchfork in my temple.
Yeah,
it's
right,
only
yeah.
a 6-hour
Great,
wait.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I'll just
Like I
hang
guess
here.
it's like a not bragging, but I guess they're like showing off, like, oh, there's only like
Really?
like
I never took
Yeah.
it that way. I
That's
really,
interesting.
I
What
always
else could
took
it
it as
be?
just that.
like it's like a public service, like
Sort of like, in a way, it's more like, is this really an emergency? Do you
Oh,
really want
yeah.
to fucking be here for an hour?
That's
You have
true.
to consider it.
that's true.
Because some people use the emergency room like a doctor's office because they don't have a fucking choice.
Sure,
Yeah.
right. All
They
right.
think it's gonna like ward sick people off.
There's a 5-hour wait.
Oh God, I guess this emphysema is not that
Not
troubling.
worth it. All this blood I coughed up is sort of just
My
no
cancer
big
will
whatever.
cure itself.
Yeah, yeah. Let me just drink this. BBC News: Vatican outlaws gluten-free bread for Holy Communion.
Yep.
Yeah, saw that.
Just so you guys
well, wait,
know.
didn't exactly outlaw it as much as just was like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. Like it wasn't even. It wasn't like a. It wasn't like, fuck you, no fucking way. The body of Christ has gluten in it. Go fuck it. Like it wasn't like
Right,
that. It was
yeah.
more like,
Christ wants you to
there's
eat
some
gluten.
that have less gluten, but there's none that have no gluten. And if you can't have any at all, then just drink the fucking wine. That's basically
Right.
what they said.
I'm just glad that they're focused on this. You know, maybe
Important things.
Right. You know, maybe a few different. Problems down the road, they'll take care of all the kid fucking going on in the
Right, yeah.
Catholic. Maybe that'll land
No,
on the
it'll
table
never happen.
at some
No.
point. But gluten-free fucking communion bread is out of the question.
How dare
How
you?
dare you? What are you thinking?
That-
And then the image is like a girl
a
taking
sad, sinful girl
Yeah.
that can't get her
Aw.
fucking body of Christ.
Yeah, she's got to eat gluten, so she's gonna become sluggish.
That's
So
such a
it-
small. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're actually allergic to gluten, it's like a real thing. But I feel like that's a small amount.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's,
people that have like
Gluten allergies, it's like
actual
a real
celiac
yeah.
disease
It's
is
right.
a real thing.
really not a large percentage of the population. But I can't imagine, like, I don't know. I try to imagine if I'm allergic to shellfish, and if the body of Christ was a shrimp finger, like, I don't know. I just have to be like, I guess I just
Eat
have
the
to
body
deal
of
with it.
shrimp god. Eat the shrimp god. Thank God we don't have a fish god. You know
really?
what I mean?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that'd be better. Neptune,
If you had to pray
Poseidon.
to a
Are you
clam,
fucking serious,
to
dude?
no,
Or
Poseidon's
even
different.
Aquaman, like, would be better than Jesus.
I don't mean Poseidon or Aquaman. I mean if like Clam Man was president, like that, or Crab Boy, like that would be terrible. Because then, if you're allergic to shellfish, you have to pick a different religion.
Right.
Do I?
Well, unless you want to really
I had to become an atheist because I couldn't eat the body of Christ.
Yeah, I couldn't eat the body of
Gave me
Christ.
hives.
Maybe he'll forgive me. Maybe he won't. I don't know.
I want to eat your body, but my throat closes up.
Yeah, I just.
And right now there's a 6.5 hour wait at the emergency room.
Right, so
So-
I guess I'm going to hell.
And then Jesus waves his hand and goes, "But is there?" And all of a sudden it's a 0-minute wait.
See, that makes sense because
And,
now
he-
it's
and when
like,
he waves his hand, you can see through the hole in his hand and see the timer behind it. And you're like, no, you're wrong. It clearly says 6 hours.
no
and then
wait,
he
but
just-
actually does it.
And then he just dumps a bucket of like mussels and marinara sauce all over you. Eat me.
But it was
eat
only
me.
2, and
Yeah.
then he made more. He,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
he
yeah.
made more
Yeah,
fishes.
he cut them all up.
Yeah.
He cut them in half.
Okay, so what do we have next?
Do you know that we make 2 to 4 pints of saliva a day?
I didn't know that.
That
That's
sounds.
I just wanted to tell
2
you
to
guys.
4 pints.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
That's like, I mean, I've drunken a pint, so I know how much that is, and that's quite a bit.
You drank a pint of saliva?
No, I drank a pint of beer.
Oh,
I know
Daily
how
he
much
does.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
he does with his bro jobs.
Yeah. Let me just
They
choke
slam
down.
some saliva
Yeah.
pints and then they get to work.
Give me a saliva shot. You know?
That's a lot of saliva.
I know, dude. We work hard.
I always go. It always occurs to me when something bodily like that is
Yeah.
sort of, put
Just
out
happening
there
on its own.
that I realize how much porn stars could make money off of it. like if porn stars sold a shot glass of their saliva,
I'm sure some of them do.
I'll bet you they would make a lot of money. And what do you do when you get it too? You pour the saliva over your dick just so you could be like, yay.
This was great.
Yeah, or you drink it.
All
Do
right.
you
Just
want
so
that?
your bro could suck it off.
Yeah, right. Hey, dude, this
Check
is
this out.
check
Check this shit out.
You know
what
that porn
this
star
is?
we both love?
Yeah. You're that porn star we bro out to? This is
I don't
what
know.
her,
That
this is what
always
her
weirds
mouth
me
and
out.
tongue tastes like.
That always weirds me out. Is like, John, have you ever been in a situation with a bunch of dudes? I know that in the past you had like poker night and stuff.
Sure.
So I know that you've been like
I've been
bro heavy.
among dudes.
Yeah, you've been like
among
bro
them.
heavy in
Yes.
the past. Have you ever been in a situation where a dude put porn on just as a thing that you watched for fun? Like
no. So
not in a jerk off way, not in like a let's all masturbate together. I
Right.
just mean in a this is entertainment because
Yeah.
I find that completely fucking bizarre.
no, the only
bizarre.
time that ever happened, I was probably in 7th grade.
That's different.
So that's different because like someone's dad had a porno and it's like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
right.
And like, so
It's on
like
VHS.
it's on VHS
The
and
worst
like,
part about that is though, as you're watching it, you go, "Wow, his dad's into this exact
Yeah.
thing
my
that I'm
friend's
watching
dad had
right
like
now."
a basement, just like wall to wall, like just porn
Right.
videos. And it's just like, wow.
Wow, we can
Like-
pick anything we want.
Yeah.
This
it
is
was
like pre-internet.
pre-internet. Yeah. Totally
Amazingness,
pre-internet. And it was just like, but it's still like, even as a kid, it felt gross. Like it just felt like there's something
Yeah.
wrong with this person to have this
Right.
much porn in
He's
one
like,
room.
Hey, John, could you grab that tape? No, I'm not gonna touch
I'm
this.
making saliva.
Yeah. He's spitting in a cup. Excuse me.
I'm a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, and I gotta make money somehow. I'm gonna do it with this saliva shot glass.
I'm not a boy and not yet a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in a weird area right now.
And
Leave me alone,
and
weird
whilst
old
I'm
man.
still mostly a boy, I can make money off this spit because men will buy boy spit.
Maybe.
Yeah, they might not go for the gluten-free body of Christ, but, they'll
the
definitely
Catholic
go
Church
for
will
boy
take that
spit.
fucking boy spit. Sure they will.
But as an adult, no. I've never been in a situation where someone put a porno on just like,
Just for
hey,
the fuck of it. Just,
Yeah.
hey,
Just,
like,
hey.
check this out.
you ever see this before?
It's
porno.
so weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I threw a party once where we put the vomitorium on
Okay.
because people were like, dude, is this really porn where people just...
Yeah.
And it's like the worst thing you've ever seen, too. It's just like a guy and 2 chicks jamming their fingers down each other's throats
Yeah.
and getting naked and throwing up
What
all
do you
over
think
a tarp.
they had to eat for that film? Like, there's no way they went into that dry. Like,
Right,
they
right.
all
Yeah,
sat
yeah.
down and ate a bunch of shit
They went to-
first.
yeah, they went
so
to the-
what do you
yeah. They
do?
went
You
to the-
think they considered what food they'd eat based on how the puke would look on camera?
I
like,
guess so,
I feel like
probably.
eating a lot of
Yeah.
Swedish fish would be like more interesting puke than eating
Come on now.
like some
No,
porridge.
look, listen, if you want to really make your puke interesting, you want to go to some place that's got a buffet with a wide array of different foods.
I think gummy bears would be better.
Yeah, but you just want your fucking puke to look, I don't know,
Colorful,
gelatin
pretty,
like.
nice.
In HD.
I'm talking about the color scheme.
But you need your textures to be fucking different too, man. So you gotta eat mac and cheese, and you gotta eat some of the fish and
Gummy
the lemon,
bears
whatever.
get slippery. They ooze down
Well,
your
then-
throat fast
But
and
how
easy.
much do you have to eat of gummy?
A
Like,
fucking
like
lot.
a lot.
Like a
yeah.
3-gallon bucket of gummy
Right.
bears. Because you
Well,
also
it
need.
depends on how long the movie is.
Well, you need to be able to throw up.
It's only 20 minutes.
Oh, and then they also all fuck in the puke.
Sure.
So that
Obvious.
obviously.
As one does.
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry, but
didn't
at
mean
that
to-
point,
yeah.
I'd feel much more comfortable fucking in gummy bear or Swedish fish puke than a fucking Grand China buffet puke. So
Yeah, right,
your whole argument is shit, in my opinion.
I didn't make an argument. I'm just saying. I'm just putting my philosophy out there. I think if you're gonna have mixed puke with your sex, it ought to be
colorful,
I don't know.
smell like candy, and be something that you might.
So hit a variety of different fucking buffets and then eat a bunch of fucking gummy bears on top. You'll have everything you want: lunch, dinner,
the
breakfast,
only thing that could be
dessert.
worse than terrible ramen is ramen sprinkled in candy puke.
Well, but
Nobody
Nothing.
wants that.
no, it's not necessary. It's not usually something you just stumble upon. So I feel like it's pretty much. I feel like you got to get interesting with it. Like, what kind of puke have you not ever seen before? Because that's got to be the turn on, right? Like,
John,
What puke have I
what
never
would
seen?
you pick? What would be your go-to?
Your puke
What's the
go-to.
worst thing you've ever puked up? I could tell you the worst thing I ever puked up.
I can tell you my worst puking experience, but I don't know if it's the worst thing I ever
Okay.
puked up. It was Christmas night, not Christmas Eve, the night of Christmas Day,
Okay.
1994. And I remember it because I was watching my Nirvana live sold out VHS
Hell
tape
yeah.
that I gotten for Christmas, and something had been wrong apparently with the turkey for Christmas dinner, and me and my dad both proceeded to puke literally for hours
Oh,
to the
Jesus.
point where I had filled up half a garbage can with vomit, and the vomit that was coming at the end was literally black as night.
Oh.
So, which means it was like shit was coming out
Yeah.
at that point. And that was the worst I ever puked in my entire fucking life. And as I'm doing it, I'm watching, you know,
should
at
have
the time.
taped it, taken your clothes off and fucking filmed it.
and then rolled around in it.
You know, getting together a video
A crew.
camera back then was
Right.
not.
There were no iPhones.
Yeah, you had to go put a tape in, make sure there was nothing on it. Is it okay to tape over it? And you gotta, you know, and then you gotta charge a battery. And it was a whole fucking ordeal. I'm sorry. Wait for a second.
Are we back?
We back. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Awesome Talk Season 8, Episode 10 on August 1st, 2017.
What's up?
We are back to the show. Welcome everybody in the chat. Say hello if you're there. So, you know, right now what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a little time to say thank you to our wonderful sponsors, Nevermore Designs. They created this wonderful mugs. Okay.
I know, it's always thinking of me every time.
These things have been claimed to absolute
Yeah.
murder. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
You son of a bitch! What
did.
the fuck? He fucked up the useless box.
I did it.
You
I
made
made
it
it useless.
useful.
I made it useful.
That's
It
what
does the thing. We put stuff in there now.
Cool.
Don't make the useless box.
Paradigm
evil.
shifted.
I want to try.
Well, it beats the shit out of a fidget spinner.
I have one in my
Does
car.
it? I mean, does it though? You can spin that. I mean,
It feels.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like the fidget
Yeah.
spinner.
of course, both of my kids have them play with.
No,
it.
I'm just kind of like.
No, I just look at it like, I mean, shit, pogs, you know? I mean, I can't say shit. You know? Like,
No,
we
I
had
don't
dumb
want to see your
toys too.
Pog collection.
I don't want to.
I don't have a pog collection. I'm just saying.
That's the
I'm
best
just
part
saying.
of that episode.
I'm just saying there was a week there where the entire world said you have to have a pog, and I took my money and I got one, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that fuck shit. You know? know, like,
dude, like,
and then it was over.
and Magic the Gathering cards. Remember those?
I didn't do that.
I didn't do
I had a
that.
Pog once though.
My grandma got me.
I got one of those
once for my
big
birthday, and I
fuckers,
didn't,
you know,
know
like
what
the-
they were. I was like,
Yeah.
what are,
I was
what are
like,
these?
well, I have the biggest
Why
one
not
that they
use
make,
quarters?
so if I ever need to use this, I'm already ahead of the game, right? And I never had to use.
Pog?
You
I
were
think you,
supposed
like,
to
throw
throw
stuff
them
at
at
it.
each other or something.
And like they,
But
go like
nobody
this,
ever had a
and
Pog to throw at, and so I just was like, what the shit, you know?
You need like a heavy one.
What?
Never had Pogs?
No! Sorry. Sorry. Oh, that was so mean.
The best one was in the 90s when yo-yos came back, though, because I fucking love yo-yos.
I love a
man.
good yo-yo.
I fucking love yo-yos. That was a great fucking fad. I loved fucking when, dude, in the fucking early mid-90s when
It's a
yo-yos
sensitive
were...
subject for it.
It was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
skater
It is.
raver thing, and
Hold on,
everybody
one at
had
a time,
fucking
one at a time.
yo-yos.
Matt is very perturbed by my response to
No,
this.
I just
What?
was asking. I mean,
I'm perturbed
It's
by
like
a lot of
everybody
stuff
have
that you
Pogs,
said,
and
but
Jared's
it's
like,
fine.
what the fuck? He's like, no! No!
I said I'm just gonna sit in my off-camera little corner here and shut the door.
And then you see him sitting there with Pogs all around him.
He's like, fine. He's like collecting them all in a cup. None for you, motherfucker.
I'm gonna cut a bunch of circles.
No
on the cardboard
Pog.
over next week and sit and throw them at each other over here.
Awesome.
Because I can't actually get Pogs.
They're all
by
just
next
cut out
show.
to
Hey, yo, if anybody
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
Hold on,
if anybody
hold
can,
on,
I
hold
had a
on.
Pog,
No,
man. I
hold on,
lost it.
hold
If
on,
anybody
hold
can
on.
explain to
What?
me how it's done and they have Pogs, I'll play. I just
I
don't.
have a...
What do you do with it?
Who was the popular baseball player in the 80s and 90s whose first name was Brett?
Baseball player?
No. Shit.
You
I
know
know
who
this.
you know who I mean, right?
He
There was-
played on the Kansas City Royals.
Yes. Brett.
I have a feeling no matter what team he just said, you would have said yes.
No.
No, I knew it was either the
No,
Royals
we
or the
did.
Dodgers. It was something blue.
I was thinking Dodgers.
Okay, Google. A Kansas
Shit.
City Royal named Brett. A Kansas City Royal named Brett.
Shit, I know that.
George Brett. That's
George
it.
Brett.
Oh, George Brett. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Anyway, I had a
I was
pog with
thinking
George
first
Brett
name.
on it. I don't know why I own a pog.
Wow! That
that
was a fucking dead end.
Yeah, well,
That
That was it.
Hey,
I
hey,
feel like the
no,
journey was a lot
no,
longer
no,
than.
Dave,
to be fair,
That was the
you
most-
picked up on that journey without me
Rick-
asking.
Rick-
that was the most
I just
important
it
moment
felt
of
like
my
the
life.
right thing to
Carried that
do.
fucking
It
through the
felt like the right thing to do. Nobody had the answer. I wanted. Let's just close the book.
I could die
Yeah,
a well-rested
yeah.
man. That was so important.
Like that was fantastic. Now I know about the
Richard, you know how I feel about loose ends.
What's the idea?
It has to do with the Dan Ryden hour.
Can I talk about the idea for a minute?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna look up.
Like an upcoming.
Yeah, like an upcoming thing.
Use me. Do whatever.
Okay,
we
so
need
we
to
have
do.
this idea. We had this idea
I am
to do a
punching
show called the Dan Ryden Hour. And like one of the first things you need to say, by the way, as soon as the camera comes on, is "Hi, I'm Dan." This show's it's not really an hour, but you have to sort of like it's not really an hour, right?
Well, the whole point is that Dan will be immersed in someone else's
Right.
culture.
So basically, what we try to do is we immerse you in bizarre cultures, right? Like Juggalo
They're
culture.
not necessarily bizarre.
But just different.
We
I'm
were
not,
think-
I'm not accustomed
We
to.
were thinking that for a day you should hang with male strippers to do what they do.
I
like,
might wind up a male stripper at the end of the day.
He
Right, right.
fucking loves it.
You like-
He's like, I
like-
feel so fucking
you
free
get
now.
you get like a chest waxing, like you know what I mean, like and like you really
so
go
this
all
is
in.
what it's all
Guidos.
about.
Yeah.
Guidos.
Huh?
Guidos.
Guidos.
That- yeah.
That's
That's
And-
racist.
All right.
All
I
right?
can buy a 206-piece Pog Milk Cap and Slammers game
Oh, we're still on this?
for $20.
Oh shit!
Well,
All right,
That's
let's get
a
it.
steal.
I can get
What
it.
the fuck is that?
I fucking spent that much money calling Sweden last year. While I Why not get something out of it?
Me and Jared live.
oh my
And it's
god.
both you just trying to figure out
Yeah,
what
what the
to
fuck
do.
you doing a pog? Like you're like, this is a weird
We should
circle.
just have pogs on the bar.
We need to
all
call
the time.
tech support.
Everyone's tossing
Tiny
around.
coasters.
So we'll be on the phone with an Indian guy telling us how to
Really
play
small
Pogs.
pogs.
Yeah.
So listen,
take the
I have
Pogs down,
given
but-
to understand
We
that you
actually
must
get
place
everyone
one Pog in
designed
the middle of
to
the
design
floor.
this tiny, awesome talk
Yeah,
about
we need
Star.
awesome talk mugs for the pogs. We'll use those coasters.
So like little coasters. Yes, this is a good idea.
We all have to get custom Pogs with our faces
Oh,
on
dude.
them.
Right there.
George Brett. He said George
Yeah,
Brett.
George Brett.
God damn it,
Yeah, I've
Justin.
seen it.
I'm Jeff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I found it.
But yeah, immerse me in all the cultures.
Right.
Especially ones I don't even know.
The chat needs to chime
So like,
in. Think of
you
some
know
good
that I haven't
questions.
seen Predator. I know you talk about Predator all the time, and
Right.
you know I've never seen it.
Right.
Send me to
You-
a Predator.
oh my-
I know he wasn't here for the episode where I
Someone
admitted
who's like
it.
obsessed with
No,
horror
send me
movies.
to like a Predator
Convention?
convention if that exists.
Predcon?
To like,
And you just go out there.
Do you mean like a movie predator, like
Yeah.
the sexual predator? like you want to go to a convention of sexual predators?
No, that's
or
where
something?
That's a
furries
private
go.
club.
That would be
That's-
weird.
that's
Oh my
invite
god,
only.
you need to go to a furry convention. We gotta send you there, dude.
am I going as a furry?
Here's
or?
the thing.
No.
What would
Here's
be
why
your-
you're
What would
perfect.
be your persona?
I'd probably be a lion. I'll get the mane and everything.
Dude, seriously, he should just wear the costume and just have his normal head on, and we'll just get the afro going. He's got the hair for it. Like we can tease the shit out of it, and it'll just Dan will be there, and he'll be like, "Oh, I got one in disguise."
All right, what's a good one?
It's called the Clock Crew.
Okay.
The clock.
An animation group boasting over 1,000 members, each assuming an identity revolving around inanimate objects adorned with clock faces. They have published thousands of cartoons featuring these
How did you
anthropomorphic clock
find this?
characters.
What led to this finding? I mean, how do you start this journey?
I
What-
didn't know
what
this,
is a
but
fucking
Matt
what's
Claus
great?
is very interested in clock culture.
You know what? I think I've heard him mention clock culture in the past.
Well,
Now,
There's an entire
I like
society
clocks.
of people that dress up like Ned Flanders.
that I know.
know
Did you
Oh my
ever
God,
see
that's
the
a
Ned
good one.
Flanders hardcore band?
Oh my god! For Christmas, you have to do the Santa run. like the 100 drunk Santas in New York that like just go like on a
Oh my
rampage.
god, and dancing would be perfect for him to talk with.
Yes.
Oh my god, and
We
dancing
know
will
it's
be the
Santa.
guy. I gotta get dancing on the next
no,
show.
Hanson will coach him
Dan and
how to be
dancing?
Santa.
We can do a whole
The
Santa
world can do
coaching.
anything we need to do. Any subculture, we got it.
Okay.
You can.
This is gonna
I'll
be
go-
fun.
Here's why you're perfect. You're perfect because number one,
You're
you have a
used-
sense of humor, but you're also genuinely interested.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Right,
what makes
exactly.
it so important that you're the guy that does this.
There's elevator
You
enthusiasts.
aren't threatening at all.
Elevator enthusiasts?
Like,
I don't know. I had a moment when I was a kid in an elevator. I'm not gonna be an enthusiast. Do it. I'm in.
I
I'm
will
in.
be an enthusiast about that.
No, me and my sisters got locked in an elevator when we were 3, 4, and 5 in my dad's office, and
3,
like,
4,
and we're like yelling and screaming, and my mom's like, "What's going on?" Like we're there for like 20 minutes. And, like the early '80s was different. Like parents just let you run and roam.
Now Dan is gonna
Wait.
confront his
You're right,
elevator
right,
fear.
now I have a
Santa
fear.
Claus
Wait, can I
outfit.
just tell you how fucked up it is that when he first said at 3, 4, and 5, I thought he got locked in an elevator once
At
a
3
year.
o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
At
No, those are the ages of me and my
5 years old.
sisters.
3 times a day, once a year.
And can you believe that all 3 times that fucking red phone didn't do shit?
Dude,
And now
dude,
Dan is
bullshit.
going back in Santa Claus costume to face his fear.
That kid is
With
back
Juggalo paint.
on the elevator again.
That kid is back on the elevator again.
Will you let it go? What?
And to think this all just started out with the Juggalos. Me just wanting to interview Juggalos and be immersed in that.
It's gonna be worse than that. Now Matt Glahosi, what's going
No,
on?
immersed,
What's
not
going
worse.
on? Now, he has something going on in Juggalo culture soon. And I want you to explain it.
I have 2 things.
Okay. And you could be involved in this.
One of them's dry, one of them's not.
One of them's
Nothing
what?
Dry, one
Oh,
of
no
them's
alcohol?
No, we need.
No,
alcohol.
no. I mean, you'll leave with dry clothes.
Oh, so there won't be any urine or anything.
Wait. So,
It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
so the next one is what?
Not
The
dry.
wet one.
What the fuck does that entail? What does that entail? Thank you. But I needed
wish
someone
so
else.
bad you were that part for instance. The wet one.
Okay, so go ahead.
ICP's coming to Philly.
But
Okay.
what does that entail? Is there like
I have
water,
to dress
soap?
up in
It's
something.
like a guar-like situation.
There's no soap, dude. That's not.
Basically, we're gonna bring him out to the Electric Factory, which is more than likely where it's gonna be. It's where they
Okay.
always play in Philly.
You, all right.
I have a shitload of friends in Philly,
Okay.
and we all get to the parking lot at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right.
Drop trunks and play music, and get drunk
Okay.
and shit, and paint up and all that. And
Ew, you
then
put
we go into the
paint
show.
Am I getting painted
Oh,
up?
yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah!
But isn't it the point for me not to get painted up and stand out?
No,
No,
you.
I should be in
You
it.
need to experience the culture
Okay.
for all
But the
it's
best
worth.
part
He's
is
probably
like,
gonna get.
You're
Fringo
like
Joe
a willing-
show
but
even
this is
happen.
the thing, like he has to like I don't know, like, if your thing is that you always wear, like national park t-shirts.
It's usually national park
Like,
t-shirts.
whatever it is that's your, like Tosh.0. Like, Tosh wore sweaters all it, whatever the fuck. So, like, there's something that represents your Dan-ness. So, like, if you're dressed like... so, like, if you have Juggalo paint on your face, but you're still wearing, like, a national park
You're like
t-shirt.
how you are
Like,
now.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, exactly.
It's always
Right.
just your face that's different, like one part, but
He's probably
you
gonna
never
get.
go.
He's probably
full
gonna.
Here's the best
immersion.
part.
He's probably.
You never go full. in the
I'm gonna forget if I don't say it. I'm gonna forget. But here's the best part.
I'm not putting on face paint and going into work tomorrow. Not doing it.
Afterwards, in post-production, it has to be some voiceover work by you, where you have to, like, it's like an image of you, like, out there with the Juggalos. You're
He's like narrating
I
it like
couldn't believe
Goodfellas. Like,
No, he's narrating more like Planet Earth. You know, it's like,
like the low blowing trombone comes on.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I was really in the shit now.
I was one of them.
I'll ask questions and we'll overdub the questions later so the answer is completely out of line.
Wait. So Dan will ask somebody a question.
Like, what do you think about your experience here? Have you ever
And then
oh, it's the
but the
But
second he
meanwhile,
starts
like, what do
talking,
you think
Dan's
about
overdub
Lake
comes on
Michigan?
and goes, he told me nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't know a goddamn thing
The guy's
what he
like,
was talking about.
Ryan, Femur wants to see your tits.
There's one.
You
gotta
guys,
pay for
Pay
the
for
rest.
the other one.
Gotta pay for the rest. Sorry.
But here's what's
So
gonna
I
make it
have
beautiful.
pride.
So here's what makes the whole thing beautiful. Wait, I'm gonna come back to you in just a second. What makes the whole thing beautiful is that it's all fun and good. It's all funny, but in the end,
It's all
So
fun
I-
and
in
games.
the end, you like kind of like.
It
dude,
becomes
these-
changed.
Yeah, you're like, these people are pretty awesome, whoever they are. You know what I mean? Like,
I
this
already
is
think
great.
it's all awesome.
I know you do, and that's why this is fucking great.
Yeah,
Go ahead, what were you gonna say?
You're gonna be tired as shit the next day.
It's
like,
fine.
you're gonna
I'm used
need
to it. I burn the
do
candle
that.
both ends every day anyway.
He's
so-
challenging you because of your age, I think. is what's
I'm
going on.
26. That's.
I was.
Yeah, you son
I
of
was.
a
I
bitch.
just had a
I was
birthday.
exhausted.
I know.
We just had a
I saw
full-
them at 19.
This is the first time I haven't been
Oh,
25 in
We just had a
forever.
project.
But that's the
meeting.
thing. It's
I'm in.
like
It's gonna be great.
Erupt.
We just gotta-
we're gonna have them in the crowd, like like in the middle
I have
of
some
everything
equipment I
while
gotta
they
give you to
play.
do
Like,
this.
yeah.
Some
I
stuff want
think
to
that
take.
more than me and him should go.
Yeah, there has to be.
Yeah, I think it should be like a production team.
There has to be. There has to be. There's no choice because he
Come
can't.
on, Rick.
He can't 90% immerse. If
Right?
he's
Yeah,
holding a
I'm gonna
fucking
immerse with my
selfie
insulin
cam.
bag attached to my. Like, I sometimes
like,
have to hold my
that's
insulin.
like, we're
If I
using
catch a
immerse now
firework
as an active word
in
in
my
this
face.
conversation.
That's gathering shit.
And
Okay.
frankly, it feels a little weird.
Which I still
no,
regret
I-
not going. I need to go.
I love that Dan's like, yeah, I can't immerse with a bag of insulin.
Well, and then fuck it. and then next summer he'll be ready to go for the gathering.
Yeah,
Bring him to the gathering,
right.
and
It'll
then
be
you can
part
get. Then we can
dose.
do a whole thing about the gathering.
That'll
I'm
be-
wondering if
dose.
Wolfpack is gonna be any part of this.
Oh, they
because-
will be. They run the. They
No,
run the radio.
I know.
podcast.
My friend is the guy who runs the radio
Yeah.
part, but I don't. I know he quit the Wolfpack. I don't know if he is in and out.
I ended up driving back one of Wolfpack's roadies.
Oh, shut the fuck
Then you
up.
might need
What
to
is a
know my
wolf
friend.
pack?
What's a wolf pack?
That's the band.
They were like
I
they
old
were like a
Bloodhound
new
Gang
metal-
stuff.
Okay.
Spider, or
Oh, okay.
Daddy Long
They were
Legs.
like a new metal band, and they like.
God,
well,
I
they
miss the
still are, but,
Bloodhound
like,
Gang.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys of
Every
that are
once in a
Wolfpack.
while, a Bloodhound Gang song will pop on, and I'll just be
And-
like,
and
fuck,
it's
this is
like,
always
holy
good.
Right.
Right.
But my friend wanted to be a hype guy in that band, Wolfpack. And so he went to the gathering every year.
Yeah.
And he always wanted me to go. Same scenario. He's
Dude,
like, dude,
can't
I
be
run the.
the
He actually
hype
ran the
man.
radio station. That was his major in college. Like, he's like, if you go to the gathering, I'm actually the radio guy. Like, I host all the shows. I'm like the DJ. Like, you can just be backstage all the time. We'll
You're
drive
gonna-
around in a golf cart.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
That if someone wanted you to be a hype man, it would be the most like amazing. He
He'd
would,
be
he
like-
would just be
I'd
like,
be all
hey,
in.
this music makes you feel good inside. Like,
Hey guys, could you
like,
please listen to
real
this?
deep.
I need a second. You guys keep going. I need a second to think about what's
I need a
happening.
second to check my blood sugar.
While I do that, check this band out. They're good.
Yeah, right.
They're really good.
Really like them. They
Guys
sound
are all
great
like,
in my
"What's
car
up,
stereo.
motherfucker?" And
No,
Dan's
I
like,
actually,
yeah.
I will blow your mind. I'll come out like fucking basketball jersey.
Oh, he's going
like,
wrestling.
I'll have cornrows and I'll be like, all
Oh,
in
you're
it.
gonna be that guy.
I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do
Oh
it.
God, what did
He's
I
got
do?
the Echo Unlimited
See,
But I want your cornrows to be exactly like I want you to have the same part. You know what I mean? Like you gotta look exactly like yourself,
Dan,
but with
okay,
cornrows.
never say this while we're recording.
Because now you're held to shit, right?
Because later on you're gonna say, "No, I really want to do that." Well, however,
Oh shit! They
you
made me
did
do that
say.
shit.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the Dan Ryden hour for
They're
almost
all
an hour.
good ideas.
Yeah,
We
they
should-
are, but
Not on air. We should
I
get
would never
together more often. And
Yeah, no, I want
plan it
to.
out.
Yeah,
we got
I
it.
want to.
We got
That's
it.
the thing that's got to happen.
I want to.
Sure.
We're hoping
I
enough
will be there, but I'm not gonna be
stuff
walking around
in
with
that
a
break.
fucking camera like this.
And,
I have some ideas too. You know, if you
Good.
we
Then
can
when
try
the
to
next
talk to you.
season starts, we'll have a whole season.
Yeah, man. I think
Well, this is
Awesome
fun
Talk.
stuff.
Let me
That'd
just
be
tell
cool.
everybody watching. Man, I think Awesome Talk season 8 has been a phenomenal season. Like we've had
I think this has
great
been the
guests.
most organic we've had in a long time.
Organic, but
Ray Beats,
Ray
Having
Beats, Raymond Strife.
Yeah, it just everything hit. Everything
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 hit.
was good. You know, everything
It's
that
been
we
a good
tried to
season.
do has been really consistently just. You know, I liked it.
And season 9,
Having
we're
a lot
gonna
of fun.
bring some shit.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
season 8 has
great
been
season.
very, very good, very easygoing, very cool, very fun, loose and free. I like it. You know, I've had a lot of fun this last season.
And it's a useless box.
What was the other thing you brought up before the show? And I said, hold it. I wanted to talk about it after the show.
Everything he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's.
Well, because you bring up a lot of great stuff, and then I'm like,
You want to know why?
Because I'm great.
And then he goes, "Oh shit!"
because I'm
I
Bamf.
don't want to talk about that.
Why did you point instead of not?
Oh, wait,
No,
no, you're
because
connecting the dots.
I like you. I point to you to give you recognition that you were the one that said something I liked. Otherwise, it'd be like,
Well, so anyway,
I always like to curse in different languages.
can you curse in different languages?
Sure.
Shizer, I say.
Scheiß. Frecken.
I like saying things morbidly
Zakanayo.
incorrectly.
I actually have this like small thing on a Head PE album memorized. It's in Japanese. But I don't know.
I remember that.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah, I
what the
remember
fuck-
that.
Benjo, Nikita Mika.
Benjo.
Barazabataneo.
Yarimomna.
Yarimomna.
Oh my god, like you really
Shabote.
know.
Goes in the Kaiteneo.
Yeah.
Huh.
What a great
I
album.
don't
remember that
know
one.
what it means, but
Dude, I haven't thought about Head PE in years.
Like
Nobody
the other day
has.
for me, it's
still
just-
one
I was
of my
blown
No,
away
they're still going.
That,
They're like a hardcore
what is-
punk band now.
Snot was the singer that
Ah,
died.
yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't know that they had a whole album written, and
Yeah.
they had every singer
Yeah,
that
that
they
was
toured
the
with.
straight
do that,
up,
and
yeah.
I didn't know that. And I
Straight
listened
up.
to that the other day, and it was amazing because Head P was on there, Corn was on there.
Oh, you're talking about the Straight Up album.
Straight
Yeah,
up,
and
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that
One of
was
my
a thing.
favorite singers of
Yeah,
all
I had
time.
no idea. So that's
Yeah.
Head PA came up in my life just like 2 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I was introduced to that album. And I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, the album
Growing up
is
in
all
really
snot
good.
with different singers,
Yeah,
dude. It's
so
which
cool.
is fucking amazing.
And then they had Absent at the end of it.
Yeah.
see
That
that
was a great song too.
that is
song
one
breaks
of my
my heart just because it was
that-
on that album. You
yeah,
know, like
that is still one of my favorite songs.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
okay, if you like put a gun to my head,
Right.
Yeah.
you'll only listen to 3
That was
songs from
one
that
of
show.
their
Like
best.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
in there.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes
I don't even know. If you put a gun in my head and tell me to put on 3 songs, I'd be like, I put on the
Like,
worst song ever.
Here's the
I'd
thing
put,
too. I don't know if you guys would agree with this or not, man. But like I kind of feel
No.
like I feel like a lot of bands, and I'm guilty of doing it just as much as everybody else is. But I feel like a lot of bands from that era,
got
to me-
labeled as new metal.
Yeah, and that shit.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But that's not the whole point. The whole point is that
And they got
that
lumped
was
in
the
with Limp
last
Bizkit.
era
Yes.
of
Because they were all hanging out with them.
it was the last era of rock stars.
Yeah, rock stars. Like,
They don't
Yeah.
make those anymore.
Mhm.
And I also feel like as a result, and I said I'm
And
guilty
now
of
they
this
make
too.
artists.
As a result, a lot of those people, I feel like, are unfairly sort of banished to this time period as a novelty, and I don't think is right.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So like I don't. We don't have to get into Chest or anything, but with Linkin Park, whether you liked them or you didn't like them, I understood what he said when he said to his fans, I really need you guys to get over the things we did earlier and understand that we're going in a different direction right now. Now, he might not have approached it well, but this feeling that he has, I understand, where he's
Yeah.
just like, we're working our hearts out here to create something different.
Right.
You like I don't want to. There's a reason why Kurt Cobain didn't like doing Smells Like Teen Spirit. because he
it was
got
so fucking mainstream.
sick of it. He
Yeah.
hated he knew why it was famous. It was catchy. You know what I mean? And and that shouldn't be the reason why something gets that big. And I feel like you understood that. So you first. What were we gonna say?
Oh no, I was just jumping on what the fuck you were talking.
Okay, what were we?
Yeah, no, I feel like, and this is where, me being in the band for 11 years, and you guys know, but you kind of agree to it in the beginning. Like, I might play this every day till I die, and that I have to be cool with it. Like, there's some chemtrail songs that we still play live, and it's like, no, I don't want to play this. But
You're over it.
Right, you're over it.
Hold on, but here's my question.
You have to play that over something new that you're really stoked on.
I do.
But you can't.
Which I get. But I feel like bands at that time, because they were the last rock stars and because it was the last real time that radio had any power, that now they're sort of relegated to that in a way where it's like they're like people are treating a lot of these bands from the 90s and early 2000s the way they treat hair metal bands from the 80s,
right,
who are fine being a novelty. They're fine going out there and replaying their fucking old albums.
Did you see the one? Did you see the one tweet though that I find that makes a lot of that interesting? That you just said that now. Like there was a tweet from that fucking dude from Smash Mouth that he lashed out and screamed at the Shrek movie franchise and accused them of ruining his career by making him a fucking stale, a novelty. Dude, are you fucking serious? Like, did you hear your music? You know what I mean? Like, did you fucking see what you were when you were? Like, dude, Smash Mouth is a kitschy and fucking what? But I mean, like, a lot of those dudes were all ego back then. Like, that's another aspect of that.
Again, do you know how much money they got from that fucking song on that fucking like?
Oh yeah, right. But he lost it all because he's a fuck up.
But do you feel?
And now he's mad at them for ruining his career. You know.
But I feel like nowadays, if they were a young group, like they were a young band and they were internet famous and they did that,
maybe they would have been a better band.
You're like, oh man, those guys got Shrek. That's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? And then they come out and do a hip hop album that no one expected, and people be like, oh, this is dope. And then they would come out and do a reggae album that no one expected, and people would be like,
maybe,
I feel like now you can do that. But now when people,
you can.
Now, like when I just feel like a lot of bands. I feel like bands like Korn are unfairly judged.
I think Korn's doing.
I don't think so.
I think
their latest record was really.
I think people.
I thought it was really good.
No, that's
and I feel like people look back and they just go, "Oh fuck that," because once upon a time it was like commonplace for a band to get played out and everybody to jump on a bandwagon and say fuck that band.
That's a band. I like how you said a bandwagon. That's the point though. It's just a bandwagon. It's an opinion. One that people tend to take.
A popular
yeah, but if you let it get to you, I mean, like, what's the fucking like? That's you know what I mean? It's like like even when you were at your height. Even when they released Hybrid Theory, even when when Smash Mouth released their first one, there were still people in the background going, "Yeah, fuck them. They're not that great. I don't like them."
Yeah, but that's not the question.
But it's because that feeling, like my fans are abandoning me, like or what? No, it's just people who grew out of you. They're not there anymore for you. Whatever, get over it.
Bands should just write whatever the fuck they feel like.
And I'm not talking about. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about Chester.
Shouldn't have expectations on what they're doing.
No, sure.
Yeah, don't have expectations.
Don't have an expectation. Just make something.
Right.
Getting mad about people not liking what you put out is the same as people not liking what you. It's the same fucking thing.
Okay, wait, I have an answer.
You know what I mean? Like, who cares? You made it.
Get this out.
But bands can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You made it, so release it and own it. You know,
you might not keep the same fan base, but they can still do whatever
I don't
the fuck
believe
they want. So like.
I have an answer to that, and I agree with you. You know who I have a lot of respect for, even though I don't like their music?
Me?
Pearl Jam.
I love Pearl Jam.
I like Pearl Jam because forever.
I can respect them because
10 blew up the way it did.
They took on like a few.
I think they're great musicians. I'm not a fanatic about a lot of their shit. I love obviously the earlier.
Oh, I can't stand Pearl Jam anymore.
But I love I mean, I'm not a huge. But dude, everything I've listened to that they've done is melodically pleasing. It's their good musicians.
But here's what I mean.
I give them credit. I don't like the direction they took, but dude, they do their thing. Yeah, they just do their thing, and it's. I can live in a planet where Pearl Jam exists. That's
10
fine.
has hits on it because it happened to land at a certain time in a certain way by a certain record company with a certain type of music was hot. Exactly. But Pearl Jam always did what they thought was the best for them as a band, and if it made them less popular, they seemed fine with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I
they
think that
didn't
they
mind.
did it right. And I think nowadays what a lot of fucking groups need to start doing, like if you're in a band like from the 90s and you're stuck in that novelty pit, what you need to do is grow your online presence. Just turn your fucking webcam on, become a person on the internet,
Yeah.
and start talking about where you are, what you want to do, who you are, where you're going. You know what I mean? Because now all these channels are open, and I feel like some groups miss that. You know what I mean? So like one time I actually wrote an email to Fred Durst because he was pissing online about something, and I was like, you know what your problem is, dude? I was like, your problem is you became so mainstream that now you can't live without it. And the truth is, you did your best work when no one knew who the fuck you were.
True.
And like, you need to kind of reconnect with those old school underground roots and be okay with that. Because nowadays, I'm not saying it's easy to do because it's not, but you can be an artist of any kind you want to be and make a life for yourself if you have the drive to do that.
No, I
Making
can't
record labels
necessarily.
Record labels are not
being an
as
artist.
necessary as they used to be.
If you suck at
But they
playing
are.
the mandolin,
Right.
sorry,
Don't
there's
play
no
the
record.
So then
deal for you.
start a YouTube page called the Sucky Mandolin Player.
Yeah,
And you'll
right.
get
Go viral.
400 million. Yeah, go
Right.
viral
Yeah,
as a
okay.
sucky
No,
mandolin.
but
You know what I mean?
depending on idiots who have more money than they should on spending it on you.
Honestly,
I don't think so.
That's pretty
Because
much
you don't
how
make-
things that
because-
suck work.
because you
know
don't
what
make
I mean?
money,
Like,
but you
like
don't
you're
make
talking
money the
about the
same way
bad mouth,
anymore.
the foul mouth bass on the wall now. You know, it's just like some fucking shithead'll pay me for it. You know, like.
Hey, look, man. Somebody wants to dress up as Big Mouth.
Yeah,
Bass
but that's not
and pull that
exactly the
shit off.
best way to live your life. Like, you know what?
That's
Fuck
a matter
all
of-
this shit.
that's a matter of
I'm
opinion.
gonna rob people with a shitty idea.
It's a
That's
matter
what
of
I'm
opinion.
gonna make of myself. You know, like.
I don't
good
care.
advice.
I'm just. Here's what I'm glad about. I'm glad that in the age of the internet, anything goes.
true.
You don't have to be young, fucking
Oh, I'm
make it.
sad about that.
You don't.
Did you say young and naked?
No, you don't have to be young to make it.
Oh,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like you can be older
that
now.
was close.
Yeah, I do
It's
understand.
actually be like, okay, you have to leave right
Yeah,
now.
what do you
when
need
we're
me
about
to
to
do
get
for
rated.
awesome talk? I gotta be naked now? What's happening?
But I think it's good. I think it's good that everybody has so much access to be able to do things, and like
Well,
in any
you're
any
talking
other
kinda
world.
like that.
That's also tragic. Though.
inspiration
There are plenty of
seeker.
things
Oh,
that
you
people have
fucking
access to
right.
do that I really wish they fucking wouldn't.
But
you know,
you
Like,
have the option to sift through it and
Right.
find what you think is gold. Right. How much stuff do you listen to that most people have never heard of before that you love?
Right, probably a lot.
And you found it, mostly
Yeah.
by channels of the internet makes that so much easier, you know what I mean? And you hear people who do things that like no one's ever thought of doing before, like, oh hey, this is big band
Oh,
speed
yeah.
hip hop with some country.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Ah.
And you listen to it and you're like, this is insane. Like
You know my opinion,
you know?
man. I think we're standing on the shoulders of giants. We're not responsible enough to wield the weapons we have.
Didn't
That's all. You know, like I think we as a culture tend to go like we shot a fucking rocket into space.
No,
we
I know what you
invented
mean.
cell phones. We created we didn't do shit.
I'm just
a
glad-
couple of people did some awesome shit, and you're all taking credit for it.
I'm just
and
glad
we're driving
that
into the
artists
goddamn ground.
USA.
So, yeah.
USA.
Fuck you guys.
Go ahead,
Like,
what were you
you
gonna say?
haven't done
Let him
shit.
talk.
You know, you're standing
Oh,
on
I'm
the
just
shoulders of
relaxing.
giants
Oh,
and
okay.
making
I'm
an
trying to
ass
say
of
anything.
yourself. You know.
I was gonna say something a long time ago. It's irrelevant now.
What was it?
No, I was just like, when I go see my favorite band, I go in with no expectations, and they play whatever the fuck they want.
Hell yeah.
It's always a great
Who's
show.
your
Fuck
favorite
yeah.
band?
Yeah,
My favorite band for live shows is Mogwai.
I knew you were gonna say that for
Yeah.
some reason.
dude, Tool.
Oh, really? No
Every
idea.
time I die, baby. Their shows are always fucking
But no, when
top
you go
shelf.
see Mogwai, it's like I really feel like all world leaders of every country should just go to a Mogwai show.
Can I
And
go
you'll-
with you?
They're
next time
good.
you
And
go?
you'll
I'll
leave
go
being
with
like, wow, that was so moving. We can,
I want to
there's
go with
unity.
you the next time you go.
I think they're going to be around in December.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I'll go with you. I'd love to check it out.
Yeah.
You know what I always thought the best show was, right? Do you remember?
No.
Okay.
What? I'm sorry.
What I always felt like the best show was.
Your best show? Which one?
I love going to see Life of Agony live.
Oh fuck yeah. That's
I saw them
that's-
one time.
that.
just one time.
But that
Seen
only
it 4
works.
times.
That only works in certain places though, and I think it works. It's magic in the tri-state area.
Smaller
Yeah.
If
venues.
you see them if you see them in New York or New Jersey,
Yeah.
like it is like the people who show up and the way that it happens is so different than anywhere in the world. It
Life
could
of Agony
possibly-
is like that's like a religious experience.
That's like
Live.
seeing Typo Negative in this area,
Yeah, it's
back
just
in the day.
unbelievable.
It's just
I
no,
didn't-
they
I
owned
saw
it.
Typo.
Oh, I absolutely missed
My
Typo.
very
They were
first
the
concert, and arguably, maybe tied for first, one of the best concerts I've ever been to? Fucking Deftones at Convention Hall.
Oh yeah.
Holy
Deftones, yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
God
Absolutely.
damn, that was a fucking...
One of the best shows I ever
Dude,
went to. You
Deftones-
were there
no,
with
no,
me.
Deftones, Pitch Shifter,
Yeah.
Wow.
Quicksand,
Head shifter, yeah.
Quicksand.
Oh, I was
Quicksand,
Quicksand,
and
yep.
Puya.
Booyah!
Wow.
Dude,
I remember Booyah.
that was a fucking crazy
Dude,
ass fucking...
my
That's a show.
birthday, 99. Sorry. What was it? Cold Chamber, that was the headliner, but it was
Cold Chamber,
Slipknot,
and Amen.
Amen,
Yeah.
and Machine Head.
Machine Head, yeah.
Oh,
Cold
Actually,
Chamber,
this is
Slipknot,
the late
Machine
90s.
Head, and Amen was
Convention
the
Hall.
opener.
Right.
And then there was a it was,
open
and
for that?
then it was Flip
Sammy
Side.
band Flipside.
Flipside
They were on
was
side
there. I
stage.
remember that one.
Damn, I remember that.
Yeah.
man.
I
definitely
could
there.
not, if you didn't say Flipside, I would have swore to God it was Limp Bizkit.
Wow, man. Yeah,
No, it
that's
was
what
just
on at the
ironic because
time,
they
man.
had a guest there, but he dressed up in the West Borland skeleton.
It was
Remember
no,
that?
It was really crazy.
And he
was
did
that
really good though. They were
Yeah, it was
awesome.
good, yeah.
They did a great job.
what was really fucking crazy about that show is like we went there mostly for Cold Chamber, and like Amen was just.
No, I
was
went
just,
for Amen,
was
bro.
Just
I'm sorry.
Rising, and Slipknot, I had no idea what the fuck Slipknot.
Yeah, that was like the first time
They
anyone
came
saw
out on
Slipknot.
stage, and I was
No.
like, "This is the craziest fucking."
I
thing
had
I've ever
seen Cold Chamber.
Very first time I saw Slipknot, it was before the Spit It Out thing, where like it was like this guerrilla campaign
Yeah, right,
before
yeah.
the CD even
Yeah, it was
came
brutal,
out.
yeah.
I saw him at Ozfest, and I'm there. I'm like at second stage, and I was like, "What the fuck am I? How many fucking people are they pulling out?"
Yeah,
on
like
stage?"
how many more people
I
are gonna
always-
come out?
I was like,
I
"Holy shit, this is fucking
I
amazing!"
remember that show so much, because it was my birthday, but like I went there for
Happy
Amen
birthday.
and fucking Machine Head, and I was so pleasantly surprised by Slipknot.
Yeah, they were
Because I was not into them until that show.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
and
I think
saw
everyone
them,
in
and I
Slipknot
saw it
felt
fucking
that
live,
Slipknot.
and I was
First time
like,
you
what
saw
the
it,
fuck
heard
was
them.
that? You know, like.
because
The Cold Chamber was honestly, I had
because
seen
you
Cold
never
Chamber
saw
before
anything
that,
like that
and that
before.
time we went and saw Cold Chamber, it was honestly a little boring after
Yeah, yeah.
the opening acts. You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
they got the shit
Yeah,
kicked out of
but
them.
I went, but
Yeah,
I
right.
no,
That's
that was way earlier. That was
Devil
a Stone Pony show.
Devil Driver's alright.
I love Devil Driver. I think Devil Driver's
I'm
badass.
just gonna be honest with you, man. I got bored
But
with
no,
that kind
dude,
of music after a
dude,
while.
I
just
have
got
a
bored.
that show like turned me on to Amen so bad. I was always a little angry.
Amen
at
was always a little
Slipknot.
different. Amen
No,
was
I was
different.
always a little like people like that year. That was like the year of Slipknot. The year that their first album
was
came
good.
out, that was like the year of fucking Slipknot. Like
99,
everybody you saw was like, "Yo, did you hear Slipknot? Did you hear Slipknot? Did you hear Slipknot?" It was so fucking huge,
It was like that
and I
whole-
always the whole time was just like, "Have you guys listened to this fucking
all right,
Amen
yeah, go
album?"
ahead,
You know
go
what I
ahead.
mean? Like, Amen was so gnarly.
Their breakout time, but their peak was during Iowa.
Yeah, probably.
oh
during
yeah, their
Iowa
peak was during
yeah, yeah.
Iowa, but no,
Dude,
it was
but
it was
even
huge.
the third one, the subliminal verses
Oh,
was.
fucking
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's a
But
great
But no, I
album.
mean, we
That's
saw him
fantastic.
during the
The last
first
one was my
album
favorite.
tour, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just,
and it
dude,
was
it
nuts.
was
That's
nuts. There
when
was
they-
a
that's
lot
when
of
they just
people
had the
there to
orange
see him.
jumpsuits and that.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Right.
people there to see him. Like, it was overwhelming, you know, and I was always like, damn, dude,
It was
so
like-
many
it's like-
people were,
Oh,
I was
okay.
so caught up in Amen, I was like,
Everybody hates on Slipknot now, and it's like Corey Taylor did.
Yeah, I
it.
agree
That
totally.
fucking
I-
neck brace. Like,
That's what I'm talking
I-
about.
I am not putting a chip on your shoulder. but
no.
I remember going to Starland Ballroom, and it was Twine opening for Power Man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a great night.
And yeah, you want to know why?
Because 4 people went to the hospital.
No,
That was fun.
Just in the band.
Everybody there went to see Twine.
That was funny.
And then once Twine was off, everybody left, and there was like 6 people for Power Man.
Yeah.
Well, it was made even funnier by the fact that the guy didn't get out of his tour bus once the entire show,
Also-
and then when he finally stepped off it, everybody was gone.
Yeah, I was offended by that. I was offended by that.
Like he
Because
got
I'll tell you
on the
what-
stage,
Hold on.
and everybody
Hold on.
already cleared out. And, he was just, and we were the only ones like standing, like we're just like,
Right.
all right, dude.
Hold on, let me tell the
have
story.
fun."
Hold on. So basically, what happened was, I mean, like we really busted our ass to sell tickets for that show, man. Like
Yeah,
we went
nobody
crazy.
wanted to buy
And,
Power Man
and
5
that
tickets.
show when we went on
What
was
year
pretty
is this?
full.
Um,
This was 06,
06?
05,
Oh, a while
something like
ago.
that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a while ago.
No,
Many
And-
years
also-
after his
well,
hit
anyway.
song came out, you know.
And so we brought a lot of fucking people. We did a lot of work.
Yeah.
We were really nice to everybody as we usually were. We tried to be courteous. Somebody pissed me off, and then
it was kind of like, dude, this
I
dude's
remember
just
when
gonna
he
hide
called
in
me
his
up and he
fucking-
was just like, Ryan, we got off for the Power Man 5000 show. I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were a band. You know what I mean? Like I was just, it was like his comeback thing. And yeah, dude, we busted
And
our
then
asses.
the guy
Everybody
just sat in
promised
his
us. They're
truck
like,
all night until it was time for him to come out.
yeah,
and perform. And it was
everybody
like,
promised us. They're like, oh,
Dude,
dude,
man,
you know, they draw. They're gonna do great. You guys are gonna
That
love it. It's
sucks.
gonna be a great
and,
show.
let me give you a flip side
We
story.
drew all the fucking people. This
Hold
guy
on.
never fucking even showed his face. You know
Let me
what
give
I
you
mean?
a different story. When we opened for Drowning Pool, all the members of Drowning Pool
Hanging
bought
out with
twine
us all
shirts,
goddamn night.
wore twine shirts,
Yup.
and shouted us out when they
They were
played.
fucking awesome.
And I was
They
like,
did.
dude, man, like
They were
that's
how
what
it should be.
And we were so young
Even
when that
Pete
happened.
Steele, when we opened for Typo, even Pete Steele offered us sandwiches.
Holy
and said
shit.
we could
Yeah,
go back
man.
to his fucking hotel
Whoa,
room
whoa, whoa,
anytime
hold
we
on.
wanted
Yeah.
to or anything.
You opened up for Drowning Pool.
Yeah.
With Dave
You
Williams.
opened up-
Yeah,
You know,
boy, Drowning Pool, Boy Hits Car, Stereo Mud, which I thought was awesome.
Stereo Mud.
Stereo
Oh,
Mud was fantastic.
that
that
happened.
night.
We opened for
Huh?
Typo Negative. We opened for
Yeah, we
Guar.
opened, yeah. Typo, Guar, yeah.
Dude, we did a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I almost was
I-
Ryan.
Apex Theory.
You almost what?
I almost was Ryan at a show once.
What do you mean?
You got it was Starland. You guys were opening for Skin.
Oh,
I
and
got
everybody
there,
was
you were
scared 'cause I
stuck in
wasn't
the
there
queue.
yet.
Oh, let me
And
finish.
you passed me, and I passed you, and like when I first walked in the door after getting searched by the merch area, and you pulled me like 6 inches away from your face. You were like, you know all our shit, right? And I'm like,
Ye of little
yeah,
faith.
kinda.
They
Like,
opened
alright.
into the first song and I came flying through the pit, running up and flying over the guards. I was screaming. You don't understand. I was screaming at security guards who didn't know who I was because I just gotten there.
Right.
And I just ran through and like I got security chasing me and I just busted into the building and ran across the floor and hopped over and grabbed the mic and they're all staring at me like,
Wait,
"Alright,
you were
fine."
gonna sing in his place? Is that what you're insinuating? That was gonna
Yup.
happen?
That was a
I guess. I don't know. I was on my way. I got
remember
delayed.
this.
I was just getting out of
this.
work.
Listen, folks.
Also, the show you opened up for Finger 11, that was
Oh, that was a
That
great.
was a
That was
hilarious as well.
that was the same night.
Stingrays.
That was the same night. That was Birch Hill. That was the same night as Drowning Pool.
No.
I think. Yeah, it was the same night as Drowning Pool.
Oh yeah, that's right. Finger
It was
11
Drowning
Pool
Pool,
was the same
Finger
night.
11.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the same label, and then it was Stereo.
Yeah,
Boy
yeah.
Hits Car. Then Stereo Mud was immediately after us.
Yeah, right. All right, so look, man, we got to cut to our second break, and then we're gonna come back and close up the show.
Damn Stereo Mud.
They
So
were awesome. They were
check this
awesome.
out. We've got some ice in the face coming and whatnot. If you're watching, please.
The wind up tour.
And yeah, so we'll be back, and that's the way that's gonna go there.
Cheers.
So.
You're listening to us. And the face.
After a 14-hour standoff, police find an empty house.
It's a better use of time, I think.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if they like threw a phone through the window.
Yeah,
They're like, why isn't he picking up?
Yeah.
What are we doing wrong?
What are we doing wrong here? Yeah.
Imagine if all of Die Hard had been that.
I know, right? Like John McClane's just sleeping in a nice motel across town.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Just like walking
Yeah, right.
walking up behind the
Yeah.
cops. Like,
That's every
like how
Die
they figured
Hard.
out the house was empty. Did the person just like come home and just
Yeah.
like walk up to him and be like, hey,
Yeah.
why are you guys
The
on
guy
here?
like slowly pulls into his driveway. He turns and looks at everybody, takes his keys, and he's like, bloop,
Dude, I'm all for it. I think there should be more of that. It's like putting
Yeah.
catnip on the floor for your asshole cats.
yeah, just to keep him out of the way for a little while so they
Like,
don't kill you.
if they fuck with this, nothing else will be destroyed in the meantime.
Yeah, right. This seems like a good plan to keep
Just
them
let them
busy.
surround an empty house.
Yeah. Well, you better come out of there, sir. You know, like, hey, what's the matter there? You won't come out of the house, see? 12 hours. I'm so tired. You know what I mean? All these like tired, like browbeaten cops are going back to the station. Nothing happened.
What's more to this story? I mean, like, did they break down the door? Did the person actually? Was there any type of illegal activity that led them to this house to begin
Yeah.
with? Was it the wrong house that they went to? Did they like?
Yeah.
Was it the neighbor that was actually being held hostage?
Maybe they just didn't check his work schedule first or something.
Like, like did the guy, the guy next door? He's like,
well, it
damn
gets funnier. The
Why are they?
state police tactical team attempted to get anyone inside to come out using a loudspeaker messages.
It
and
wasn't
smoke.
loud enough.
And they're like, we have filled this house with so many fucking smoke bombs, and nobody will come out. This guy must be a genius. Like, and
Yo, if my house got bombed with smoke bombs, I'd fucking grab the strobe.
oh yeah, man, just start inviting people over.
Yeah, just fucking get the
Start
bass
texting.
thumping,
Yeah, my house surrounded by cops. Let's
I
party.
would have figured you would have taken your underground tunnel to your secret bunker.
Yeah, right, to your secret lair. And you just wait it out.
Your underground dungeon.
I mean, obviously, 14 hours. I guess this is the standard.
Yeah.
You know, you wait 14 hours.
It's
Until they give
an
up?
average shift.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You eat some canned peaches while you're down there. You
So
wait it out.
what led them to give up? How did they figure out that no one was there? Like, there's got to be some fucked up details to this that.
They
that's
found no
within-
people or weapons inside.
Oh, what? So they actually like
allowed
stormed
and
the
smoke
place?
prior to entering through the front door around 12:45 p.m. Dude, which means they started this at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
The cops up there at 10 in the morning drinking coffee. What's the scene like here? Well, we got a guy holed up inside, ready for anything.
Like, did somebody call and say there was a hostage situation?
No, I
Like-
think a neighbor hit his other neighbor with a shovel. And evidently that's enough to... I don't really want to read too much. The suspect who police say attacked his neighbor with a shovel is being sought on a felony assault warrant. The guy probably just banged his neighbor in the head with his shovel and just went to his job at,
Right. And then, like, when the cops are there,
At
he just
Home
would
Depot.
drive by slowly.
Yeah, and the guy's doing a double shift. He doesn't know any of this is even going on. He's
He
just
doesn't
like,
even remember this morning.
Yeah, he's just like, look, if you want deck screws, I recommend.
Do you remember, like, when we were little, hearing stories about our dads doing shit like this all the time?
Like
No,
what?
you
Yeah, I
grew
got in
up-
a fight with the
you-
guy, and my dad used to
Oh,
tell
yeah,
me that he
yeah.
got in a fight with a
Well-
kid and like squished him into like a garbage pail.
Yeah, right, right.
And,
Yeah,
like,
but you grew up in New
now
York City.
there's
where,
like tanks that come out. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay to do that. I'm just saying like there has to be some level of like
In the middle?
some
Yeah, right.
ratio of like
Yeah.
this to the other.
Yeah, it was definitely more like an 80s TV show back then, but that's what it was really like. Like my aunt tells me this story about how my grandfather okay, so like my uncle, just really quick, my uncle was like talking to some girl on her front porch. She was like 15 or whatever. The girl's father came home and started roughing my uncle up for talking to his daughter. She goes running home and tells my grandfather, "Oh, so and so is roughing up, my
Do you think they really said roughing up?
Probably
I'm sure.
back then, I'm sure they said that.
Yeah.
So
Some ruffians.
yeah. So my grandfather put his beer down, got up out of his chair, walked out the front door, walked up on the guy's front lawn, and said, "Are you messing with my kid?" And the guy came out of his front door, and my grandfather knocked him out fucking cold on his own front porch, turned around, walked back home, sat back down in the chair, picked up the same beer, and continued to watch TV. And that's just where it ended, dude.
Right.
Like, there was no tank on the front lawn.
My old the guy who taught me a lot about electrical work, he was a mechanic I was working with for a long time. He told me a story when he was a kid in the 70s.
I imagine like
He-
this mad scientist
he
like
got-
thring
yeah.
lightning bolts out of
Yeah,
his
he
eyes.
He
The
got
guy I learned this shit from.
his mom and his dad got into a bad right down the street in Neptune. His mom and his dad got into a bad fight, right? Like a argument.
Right.
His mom left the house, packed the kids up in the car. She's sitting at an intersection, traffic light. Cops sitting at the traffic light. Father comes behind the mother's car, pushes the mother through the intersection.
And waves to the cop as he's
The
passing.
cop
Right.
does nothing because it was a domestic issue, and they stayed
right.
the fuck
And
out
the
of
cops-
it.
the guy's like, "Hey there, buddy, I wouldn't do that if I were you."
But that's the difference.
Right.
Yes, that wasn't right.
Right, it's not right. It's just a different mindset, you know what I mean?
Like how did we get from there to here?
From there to like a war machine kicking your fucking door down and $100,000 worth of weapons.
It's
like
totally bizarre.
it's like maybe somewhere in the
Like-
middle is okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about all
like the
this.
cops thinking that they're in a standoff because somebody didn't answer the door.
Yeah, right. Answer the doorbell. Cops are like, "Ding dong."
Oh
Call
man,
for backup.
hostage situation.
Yeah. Call for backup. Except it turns out there's already 18 police cars there. Like, how much more backup can possibly fucking show up? All right, so I'm going to move on. Norwegians raising funds to fix popular penis-shaped rock formation.
See?
There you go.
See?
There you go,
All I
that's
gotta do
it.
is ship it to South Korea. They'll get that shit fixed right quick.
All you gotta do
They'll
is
just they'll just go out to
They'll
the
swap
garden
it.
and pick one.
Yeah, just swap it out.
by Sunday, over 500 people had donated nearly 90,000 Norwegian
What
kroners.
the fuck does that mean? Is that like $4?
It's about $10,000 to fix the formation. Because after
They
popular
just get an enormous hot glue gun.
they're
Why
like
is it gotta be
plugging it in,
enormous?
like plugging it in, like
In
God
Greek-
damn.
Well, I imagine
Greek
it was a
times-
big dick.
In Greek
Yeah.
times,
For-
small penises were in.
For it to be that much fucking money to fix.
Yeah, right.
It
Yeah,
just could be that beautiful.
yeah. Maybe it's just that amazing. I mean, they have pictures of it and barely even looks like a dick to me.
It's totally symmetrical. It's totally
It just
smooth and
goes to show
symmetrical.
what kind of world we're living in.
It's,
You
no-
know,
it's not even a mushroom. It's just
if you smash down a big dick-like object,
people get all
people get all bent out of shape.
donating.
Yeah, right.
What is if you were making a person,
Right.
what would you have
mean making a
constructed?
person?
Like dicks, you
Yeah,
were talking about
sure.
dick shapes.
Right.
If you were making a male human,
Right.
Like a statue.
what would you have thought the shape of the dick should be?
Do you mean in terms of size or structure?
Shape.
Shape. I'm definitely just your typical missile-shaped, mushroom-headed dick, and not a crazy
Really?
mushroom
That's
head.
what you would have thought up on your own? Is
Yeah.
that should be mushroom shaped? That's really the first thing that
Well,
would
you're
have come
talking
to mind?
like if I had to invent people.
Yes.
Why does it have to be erect though? You said it was like a rocket, like I mean, it could be like an
It
elephant
could be a
trunk
flopped
or
over fucking
Yeah.
rock formation.
Look, I don't have a whole lot to go on for this. Like, I feel like
Whatever, just get back to my question.
I don't know how to address it. You know, like I only know
Think about
dicks
it.
in one way. Like,
yeah, your
In
own,
way
so
hard.
you would know the best way to have a better
Are you
one.
walking around with a
I
constant
don't
erection?
Look, there's not
Franz,
a.
what would you make?
Look, if you want to make the dick better, make it half head.
Oh, you want it better. You want to improve on the
Yeah.
dick.
Well, I just mean like I don't feel like if a dude was in charge of making dudes, he would have said the way dicks are shaped is the way they should be shaped. They'd probably make some alterations.
I
And
definitely
wonder
give it
what
more
they'd
texture for her pleasure.
Be. Texture.
Yeah, like a tongue.
Yeah, but
like
the
a
text-
tongue penis.
Yeah, but the texture's got to work. The texture's got to work in both ways here,
She
man.
looks so gross.
Look, I've said it before, Stones. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
It's not too far off from what I imagine you actually have.
Yeah. I just think it should be mostly head. Like, let the
Just
head run
mostly
down
head?
the shaft more.
No, the smaller head has a purpose. There's
because it keeps from triggering too
no,
fast.
bullshit. There's fuck. I can't believe I have to.
Look, no, you're completely. Hold on a minute. If I'm jerking off and I really need it, like, or
No,
or
this has
whatever,
nothing to do with
and it,
you.
like, I'm just saying the head is the trigger point. Like the second you start, thumbing, the head, it's like, oh fuck, I gotta blow. Like even if you're having a hard time.
There's nothing. But it has, the
And the
head has
church
nothing
is
to do with you.
investigating.
Yeah.
The head has everything to do. There's about 2 inches in on the upper part
I know,
of
you
the
watched
vaginal
the
canal.
YouTube tutorial.
There's a like a it feels like the roof of
Roof
your
of
mouth.
yeah, you said this before.
Yeah. Well, the head of the penis does well there. It does well
Right.
there. So if you made the head larger,
Look, dude, I'm
you'd
just
have
talking
to
about-
have a larger shaft, and then it would be just as proportional as it was before.
I
to
would
That's
the
a
not
good
spot.
point.
If I were building
Right.
like a person, they said build your son, and I'm building Jesus. Like I'd probably just give him a pretty average dick. Like I wouldn't make a giant dick or a giant
But there
enlarged
is
dick
no
head.
average at the time. Average is whatever you decided it was.
All right, so
Wait, I'm
I'd
in control
make
of the
I'd-
whole gamut here.
Yeah, I mean, you're deciding what men are shaped
Can I
like.
just say that this goes back to the original conversation about don't name your kids the first year? Like, if some people show up, they're like, "Whoa, that dick's
First of
way
all,
too
I think
big."
your
I might just
nipples
toss
should be
them-
on your balls.
Dude, I agree totally.
Because I don't think that
But-
women's nipples should be the only ones sexualized. And if your nipples were on your balls, you'd have no fucking choice.
I'd be real happy
Try and
about
get
it.
around that.
But men like. I mean, typically, generally speaking, not across
I'd
the
get
board.
rid of the balls, but from what I understand,
I agree. I would too.
Oh, really?
If I
that's
was
actually
in,
a different opinion.
Balls make no sense.
balls
wait,
are
wait.
so confusingly out of play. Like, there's no reason for them to be there.
Why
From
take the
what
most
Why
I've
important?
been
exist?
told, girls really like the ball slap when it's
What girl's telling you that? Someone that's you're paying?
or murdering
a lot. I've heard
I
it.
have never fucking heard
Dude,
of
I've never
anyone
heard that in
say-
my fucking life, dude.
You never heard
and
that?
like, I haven't lived a clean existence. what are you talking about?
So there's a few things. All right, the V is a big thing for women, right? Like the V curve going down the groin, like that's an attractive part of a male for a lot of women. And in that same context, during those conversations with chicks, they've also said, "Oh, I really love it too when like the balls are slapping up against my twat
Yeah.
when I'm getting fucked from behind," and I'm like, "Okay, so that's a thing."
No,
but apparently,
well, you know what? I
don't know
give a
anything
shit
about
about making women happy. I'm taking the balls off.
I would get rid of him. Yeah, absolutely. But
Agreed.
I wouldn't if the majority ruled.
They just
Yeah, but Stones, they wouldn't know what they were missing. This is the beginning of time.
If there's
they wouldn't have
anything-
any balls to miss.
if
They wouldn't
there's-
even know what that meant.
Look, if creationists want an argument against evolution, it's the fact that the most important organ known to mankind hangs outside in a brittle bag outside your body where it could be damaged by anything. Talk about evolution fucking up.
If this
like,
was
I'm glad my brain is so big, but like my balls are hanging outside my body, dude.
If this was beginning of time, I'd totally make it like the praying mantis and have it so where, like give a penny, take a penny.
Yeah,
You know?
I get that. Yeah. When it
Like,
comes
if
to
you're gonna-
balls, I've
if
always
you're
said, give a penny, take a penny.
If you're gonna recreate, have them chop your head off.
Yeah.
Like that
So,
should be the rule.
After
like,
one kid, balls are gone.
You're dead.
So your balls should have been gone long
give,
ago.
Give
like-
a penny, take a penny.
Yeah. Makes. When I think about perfect sense, huh? You're not gonna laugh at that pun. You're not gonna.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about the shapes of penises that
Yeah,
you'd
you're just
choose
dreaming
to.
in a.
I'm not dreaming.
I don't think she's
I'm
dreaming.
I'm just
magical
wondering
land
what
of
would be like the smartest
pillow
design.
penises just bouncing
And
everywhere.
it's fucked up because we were looking
The
up weird
smartest
dicks.
design?
We were looking up weird.
We
I don't
were?
remember why. Yeah. Remember we saw this. We saw pictures of people with abnormally large heads and
Yeah,
their
you ever
dicks.
seen a dude
I don't.
with two
I,
dicks?
that wasn't me.
The two
It was.
two
We looked
dick
at it
ones are
together,
fucked
man.
up.
There were dicks. So like the head was like a mallet.
Don't
Like,
remember
you know, I was
this.
like, what am I looking at here? Like, how is this
like a
possible?
hammerhead.
I'm talking about a dick that looks exactly like a hammerhead. Like the head is so much wider than the body. It's like a fucked up. Like somebody took a microphone and photoshopped.
Does it look like it has like elephant ears?
No, it's just a big fat mushroom with a skinny stalk. Like, who is this benefiting? Because even if that goes in the vagina, you end up with this weird contour to the lips. They're barely hugging the base. The head's all in every. I don't know. It's all tits up. Sarah, what do you got next?
She's thoroughly skeeved out.
I'm not.
I doubt it. She's run Spooky Meat for 15 years. There's no skeeving. What
It's
up
not
next?
like the height of my achievements or anything.
Yeah. My achievements.
I'm here. I would hope not.
Well, Stones is here. That changes the game a little bit. So what up next?
So PETA has this new advertising campaign, and it's basically it's like people in bed, and they look frustrated and like angry because they're not having sex.
Right.
And then it says like between them, it says like meat interrupts your sex drive. And like they're basing that on the idea that eating meat higher your cholesterol,
Yeah, that's
and blah
stupid.
blah 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 blah. But like it's such a far-reaching idea for an ad campaign.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And so stupid. Meat interrupts your sex drive.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it doesn't
Like,
because meat brings a lot of fucking protein and raises your fucking. If you work out a lot, that it helps to raise your testosterone level. There's no science behind this. I'm just going off of shit I've heard in the past, so don't quote me on anything. But like, people with a high protein diet work out a lot and their testosterone levels are high. It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. I just think it's stupid.
And what like there's like a meat
meat
log.
interrupts your sex drive.
There's like some cold cuts between them in bed and.
Yeah, no, there's actually one picture of a cow between them.
When I get food,
Yeah.
I usually get the number 2 with a shake.
Yeah.
But
It's like, at what point have you like been in a situation like where you're about to fuck a chick,
Right.
and you're like, oh man, that steak earlier, it's just
Yeah, really ruined my sex
you're
drive.
like doing something to me right now.
I'm sorry, but I cannot possibly fuck this pussy due to the filet mignon.
after I ate all that blood,
Yeah, I know that.
felt
Yeah,
primal.
right.
Right.
And I felt really manly about it. Like I just got off a Viking ship, smashed his shit to death myself. I couldn't possibly have sex now.
Dude, there are people in medieval
ridiculous.
times fucking doing the sinful doggy style,
Yeah.
fucking double fisting like
Fucking A.
like legs of lamb in each hand
and
at the
those-
same time.
yeah, and
just
those lambs are alive.
bouncing and chewing.
Right, balls are banging off of everything.
And she's like, "Oh, now I know what my sister was talking about."
Yeah, and he's like, of course you do. She's right here. Fucking A. Be human
Meat
beings.
interrupts your sex
Me
drive.
interrupts
It
your
does.
sex. I'll tell you what though,
It
if
does.
I were fucking in like a raw pork roast just landed in the bed, that might interrupt. I'd just be like, oh, dude.
It would interrupt to the point of like, "Oh, we'll figure out where that came from after." Whop.
Yeah, let me just knock this
Throw
off the
it
bed
over.
to think about later.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Get some rum ham in there. It'll be fucking all night.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what rum ham is?
The rum ham, yeah.
You just know what rum ham is?
Yeah, not a big Always Sunny fan.
But still.
It's all right. Let's move past it. After 2 drown, Sarah, I thought this one specifically would you'd like. After 2 drown in the Tanzania, Christians re-examine safety of river baptisms. They reimagine.
Yeah, but they've been baptizing people in rivers for so long. This can't be
rivers
the
are
first
rising, they're
fucking-
getting angrier.
This can't be the first time people have drowned during baptism.
I think you're right about that. I
Like,
think now
there's
that people
no
are catching
fucking
it on.
way, dude.
Yeah, now that people are catching it on their iPhones, suddenly it's a
I
problem.
would be hard pressed to believe that there hasn't ever been a baby baptized in one of those tiny little fucking church pots that didn't drown
yeah,
somehow.
right.
They didn't have a name, though.
Because some eager priest
So it's okay.
just held them underwater.
Yeah, they're like, this baby doesn't have a name.
Yeah.
Let's fuck this thing.
Let's traumatize
He's
this
like,
one.
Their
before
parents
he
are
comes
shit.
back out of the
Their
water,
parents
you
are
have to
shit.
give him a name, and they're like, we don't want to. And he's like
Yeah.
holding him in under. He's like,
It's like,
"We
look,
have
I
to."
can't let him up until you name him. I don't know, John, Jimmy, something. I don't know. Just fucking hurry up. You know, just start barking
And
out
then he
names.
lifts it out, and he's like, "Ah, too late."
Too late.
Sorry.
Sorry, you got to start over again. And she's like, "Fuck, I worked on this for 9 fucking months. Fuck." And then everybody just goes, "Well, he's a priest. He knows what he's doing." He knows what he's doing. He's the guy in the ghost clothes waving a cross around.
Yeah,
He's the guy
talking
who
about the
ranked
guy
the
in the sky.
positions.
Yeah, he's the guy who thinks someone in the sky is telling him what to do. I mean, he must
Right.
really have his
Yeah,
shit
he's got
together.
it. He's got it down.
Yeah, he's really figured it all out.
Drowning babies.
Yeah, he's drowning babies out here. I mean, he's a man of the cloth. He wouldn't do such a thing
Yeah,
unless,
he-
of course, it were necessary.
Right.
Am I right? That's why my asshole's been all stretched out since I was 4. Sarah, what do you have? What do you have next?
You go.
All right, I'll go.
Drowning because
Let's
he
see.
has a misshapen penis.
Teenager gets temporary 9-pound Mike Tyson tattoo on his face, but the burns leave him with the embarrassing scars. So basically, he thought it'd be cute to get a
I
temporary
don't know.
tattoo.
Yeah, but like, for what? Like maybe a costume or some shit. Like I don't know. That kind of sucks. Like
He's
think
got
of
a
how
bunch
many
of them too.
things-
He's got other ones on his chest that stayed.
Like think about how many times you've
What do you mean
dressed
stayed?
up for something for like a costume party or Halloween or whatever. Like, could you imagine if that accidentally burned itself into you?
Yeah.
Like how fucking shitty would that be?
Yeah. So now he's got like the Mike Tyson tattoo. Instead of it looking like a tattoo, it just looks like a big burn in the side of his
Why did
face.
it burn? What did they fucking apply it with a
Chemical
fucking
burn?
iron?
Yeah,
Or-
some sort of chemical burn. The tat set him back 10, whatever the fuck that symbol is. James shared
10
photos
kroners?
of the tattoo burn on his Twitter,
$4.
saying, "I got a $10 whatever Mike Tyson henna tattoo, and
Oh, he probably got black henna.
it's only gonna scar my face for the next 3 to 5 years." But what's funny is I like that he hashtagged it with happy days, so maybe he's got a sense of humor about the whole thing. But good luck getting hired at the local McDonald's with this shit going on, man, because they're not gonna. Well, maybe they'll take it. I don't know. Now everybody takes pictures.
First thing I do is find out what I like.
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
It's pretty useless.
Alright, what up?
Don't forget the blue one.
Yep, I got it.
I got you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome
Hey.
back.
Hey, how's it going?
Awesome
How's it
Talk,
going?
Season 8, Episode 10.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, is everybody good, man?
We're
I hope
okay.
everybody feels good out
I
there.
think we're all right. I think
Everybody
everybody's
feels
okay.
like their cheese been harnessed.
You gotta go eat. Why can't you eat and watch?
Hey.
I showed you my fucking tit.
Hey, Jeff gets to do what he wants. I'm sorry. He does.
I'm just saying, I paid a tit. I expect a viewer.
Well, he asked for tits. In all fairness, he only showed me one.
Oh, come on. There's always a negotiation.
He's-
You know?
I'm just.
I met him 50-50. Let's go. At least eat and watch, you know?
At least
I don't want you to not
right,
eat.
gotcha.
I just want you to watch.
Fuck.
Hey, steady.
Now listen now, we're starting to wind down here.
Listen now.
We're starting to wind down here.
Yes.
Yeah, Baccaras.
Buckaroos.
Baccarachos. Baccaranchos.
Buckaranchos.
So we're starting to wind down here. So, you know, I want to say one more time, I want to give thanks to Joe Gallupo, who was here on the last show, because
Yeah,
I saw
he
his
was
performance here tonight, man.
Yes, yes.
And, you know, I think you need
Was
to check
that
out...
the that was the episode that I played the
Yeah, he's very cool.
the
Very
cooler
smart.
top, correct?
No, that was...
Oh no, he was the guy, the guitar player. Yes,
He's
my
one of
fault,
the
my
reasons
fault.
why I actually started getting into art.
No, that was Sandy
He's
Mac,
the guy
yeah,
that gave me the
that I played
big
the-
5-foot by 6-foot paper to paint on from 40 years ago. That's him.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah, dude, the hardcore guitarist was awesome.
He did the artwork for my next album, for my side project, and he's painted me multiple things. I just ran into music, I painted you this, thought about you, and was like, and he framed it and everything. I'm like, well, yeah, this is definitely going on the wall.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, he's very cool. He's
That's
always
cool.
doing something.
Yeah, man. He was awesome, man. I'm glad that he was here. I'm glad we got his performance, and I think everybody should check out his podcast, Live from the
Yeah,
Dining Room,
sure.
man. Check that out. What else was I going to say? Check out, we saw content from Ice and the Face, so check out mine and Sarah's website, iceandtheface.com. Go to our Facebook page. Today, folks, I renewed awesometalktv.com. We're looking to start launching some shit onto our website that's going to be pretty amazing. I'd like to start broadcasting live there with all new stuff going on. Maybe next season I'd like to see that happen. So check out our website, awesometalktv.com. Also find us on Facebook at Awesome Talk Online.
No, don't check out our website. It hasn't been updated in so long.
It hasn't been updated in a long time.
Hey,
Check
fuck
it out,
off with the
check it out
website,
in,
man.
like, a week.
Right.
Yeah,
When
check
it's
it out in a
ready.
week or so. Right, exactly.
Don't go to our website for Christ's sakes.
Check out us on Twitter, Awesome Talk TV, Instagram. Instagram's been crazy lately. We got stuff from a whole bunch of different projects going on over there, so check that out. What else was I gonna say? Thank you to the folks in the chat room tonight, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love having people there. That's great. And
This is a
Jeff?
long ass goodbye, dude. The train is departing the station.
all right, well, everybody, you know, have a
It wouldn't.
You know-
I wouldn't have it any other way.
yeah. Okay, everybody have a good night. Good job, everybody. Good job. Welcome. All right, so everybody, thank you very much for drinking with us. And hey, that's
I got nothing left.
that's
No
awesome.
good night.
That's awesome.